Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the United Stand. It's the big one. I'm sure many people are very nervous. I'm not, but I also know anything can happen. I'm not going to say that we're going to win this game. I'm not going to say that I'm confident, but I'm not nervous. This is what it's all about. Champions League night under the lights, Old Trafford, 75,000 fans roaring for Manchester United, and an opportunity to keep this season interesting. Because if we don't win today, I ain't getting excited about clinging on to top four, which we should have had absolutely nailed on. So it's the Champions League, the champions. And we've got a great competition for you as well. We've got Spond, where you can win 2 tickets to any game of football you want anywhere in the world. We'll be talking to you about that in a little bit, but you can download the app through that and get yourself prepared. You'll also be seeing me, Goldbridge, go against a couple of the lads from the kickoff, Loz, Rory Jennings and Ty from that other channel in a keep-up challenge, because that's what the competition's all about. And I tell you what, if the result goes the way it does on the keep-up challenge, United will be fine tonight. Don't want to give you any spoilers. We'll give you that in about 15 minutes. But what we should be able to give you right here, right now, is the team news, because it normally comes in at 6:45, but it hasn't come in. We've got no team news. So this is, normally an hour before for the Prem, normally an hour before for Premier League, but sometimes with European football, you do get it a little bit early. And interestingly enough, we don't have any early team news for you. What I can say is, with total conviction, David De Gea is going to play in goal. But apart from that, I can't tell you anything else. And even that, I don't definitely know. I'm just pretending to be edgy by saying I've had that information. But I think we all know David De Gea will be playing in goal. But United have kept it quiet. I think that's good. That's a positivity that we have kept it quiet, the team news. We don't want that being leaked out. There was a story about Atletico Madrid training at Old Trafford last night and leaving their tactics on the tactics board. I thought it was a bit sus, though, because it said we're going to play a high line, attractive attacking football, fusing tiki-taka with a back two. Obviously, we know Atletico Madrid are going to park the bus and hit us on the break. I don't care whether they've left the tactics board or what. I'd rather they left a Wordle. It'd be more interesting. But yeah, 8 o'clock kickoff. We're looking forward to that. I'm not going to whack in with any predictions. I think that would be very arrogant and naive. I fully expect this game to be like the Spurs game. Hopefully, we'll get the same outcome. Hopefully, Atletico Madrid will be crap and we'll beat them 3 or 4-0. I'd love a bit of that. But I expect it to be quite an even game. And I think we're just going to have to see how it goes. But I hope that United can bring home the result today, because I want to be in the draw on Friday, as I said this morning. And I just think it would be horrible. We're not playing again until 2 weeks on Saturday. To be out of the Champions League and waiting 2.5 weeks to be in a bloody top 4 race would be very, very hard to deal with. Yes, we've got Formula One to look forward to, if you like that, and I'm very excited about it. But obviously, I want Manchester United to win. Okay, let me just put that onto Instagram as well. There we go. Shared the link there. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Maguire will cost us the game. I don't want to hear anything about that, Alvin. I'm not massively interested in leaked lineups and things like. I'm not massively interested in blaming any player today. Harry Maguire could score the goal that wins us the game, in which case I'll celebrate it like I'll celebrate Ronaldo scoring the winning goal. Do I think he's good enough for Manchester United? No, I don't. I really don't. But also, Ralph Rangnick does, and Ralph Rangnick is the manager of the football club. It's funny, I was talking about it at lunchtime. Somebody had done what their lineup would be for this game, and they had what I thought was quite a good team apart from Harry Maguire. And I said, look, I wouldn't play Harry Maguire. We need to play a high line and he's vulnerable. And in fairness, they replied and went, yeah, but I'm just going with what I think Rangnick will do. And I said, fair play. I think you're right. I think Rangnick will go with Maguire. They left it trying to fool us that's how they're going to play. Simeone masterclass as Benjamin. Yeah, we don't need to know. Apologies to everybody. The team news is not actually out yet. It normally is out at an hour and a quarter before kickoff, but actually it hasn't come out yet. So maybe it's going to be an hour before the kickoff. Oh no, we've got it now. So it's Dalot, Varane, Maguire, Telles, Fred, McTominay, Bruno, Sancho, Ronaldo, Elanga. So he's dropped Rashford and he's dropped Pogba, which is and Matic. So Pogba, Rashford, and Matic dropped. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that. I think that Ultimately, I think there's going to be a bit of a fallout. I don't like these sort of things because ultimately this is now going to turn out to be about Pogba, and you're going to get Pogba fans going on about that. Not, a lot of people not happy that Maguire. Luckhurst tweet, no Ronaldo, says Joshua Bowwater. Luckhurst is wrong. Ronaldo is definitely playing. So, yeah, the team that we've got, and this is coming in from Frederick Fieldvet, is that United's 11 is De Gea, Delot, Varane, Maguire, Telles, Fred, McTominay and Bruno, Sancho, Ronaldo and Alanga. So the players that have been dropped from the weekend are Pogba, Rashford, Matic. It's funny. I've had people taking the piss out of me today saying this lie that Goldbridge talks about with Matic not being able to play 2 games in 3 days. I don't pick the team. It's got nothing to do with me. It's very obvious to me that he is not able to play 2 games in 3 days. I've got no problem with McTominay starting. I expected that to happen. Yes, he could be a bit of a weak link, but I expected Matic to come out of the team because he can't play 2 games in 3 days. I really wish he could. I think we played better with Matic in the team, but this is the failure of United's board last summer, that our best CDM can only play 1 game a week. It's ridiculous. Biggest game of the season, we can't play our best CDM. We've got to bring McTominay in. Rashford for Alanga. Rashford's only got himself to blame. I can't argue with that. He has only got himself to blame. It's interesting. Our next head-to-head video is Rashford against Sancho, but I've included some of the Alanga stats. With a bit of a spoiler, I can tell you, I'll give you something here. Defensive actions per 90, 4.9 Sancho, 4 for Rashford, 6.9 for Alanga. And he wins more defensive duels as well. 72%, Rashford 55%, and Sancho 61%. So look, Alanga is a developing player, but his defensive work rate is better than Sancho, and it's definitely better than Rashford. So that's just an interesting insight into Alanga. But Alanga starting over Rashford. Rashford can only blame himself. He can only blame himself. Simple as that. As for Pogba over Bruno, look, if it had been Pogba and Bruno on the bench, I would not be moaning, and I'm a big fan of Bruno. To me, I would have played both of them. I'd have put Pogba on the right or Bruno on the right and played them both. We're trying to win this game. I suppose you've got Pogba to come off the bench, which gives us a stronger bench. I'm not surprised he's put Pogba to the bench. I was speaking to Ricky about this the other day. People take Matic off because he's tired after 70 minutes. I think Pogba's been consistently tired after 65 minutes ever since he came back. Maybe this is a player for the second half if we need him. He had to pick Fred and McTominay, or he had to pick Fred and Matic. So that means you either put Bruno or Pogba to the right, or you put one of them on the bench. For me, it's a close call. He's gone with Bruno. Maguire is expected. I agree with Charlie Chalk. He says this lineup is expected. Maguire is expected. I wouldn't have picked him. In a game like this, I would not have picked him at all. I would have put him on the bench. I would have gone with Lindelof, but I'm not going to lose my shit about it. We need to win the game. He is going to get picked between now and the end of the season, and he's still going to get picked next season, and he's still going to be the captain. The club will not change Harry Maguire's position in the team or his captaincy. I don't agree with it, but we can not agree with it in a calm way, because ultimately you're just going to cause yourself a lot of stress over something that's not going to change. It's the same as Donny van der Beek. Whether you think Donny should have got game time or not, they didn't give it. They didn't give it to him. That Maguire-McFred triangle is like the Bermuda Triangle. All footballing ability gets lost in there, says Yakov. Advath Warrior says all these players need to turn up tonight. Do you reckon Ralph wants to choose Maguire? I do, Charlie. I do. I think he is picking Maguire because he wants to pick him. And look, I love Ralph Rangnick. I think he's doing a great job, but he has got a weakness, and his weakness is Harry Maguire. I'm telling you, Mark, if we had Martial and Dan James, we'd win, says Maxwell. And big nights like these require big performances. I trust United to pass Atletico prediction 2-1. Look, Burek, I think what I would say about that team that's come out is that it highlights the fact that I don't see that United side on my left being the sort of side that's going to win this game and be comfortably 3-0 up. It's going to be tight. I think there'd be more chance of us being 3-0 up with Pogba and Bruno in the team. I don't think we're going to be 3 or 4-0 up in this game. I hope we are, but a team that's got McTominay and Fred in it, in all respect, they're not world beaters. The creative players in that team are Bruno and Sancho, and hopefully Alanga. Is Delot and Telles even going to get forward? There's not a massive amount of creativity in that team. It's going to be a tight game. I can see it being really tight, and I just hope we've got enough to get over the line. Interestingly enough, I'm now going to give you the Atletico Madrid lineup. Their lineup is Griezmann and João Felix up front. I mean, it's not bad, is it? They've got Oblak in goal, Savic, Jimenez. I can't read his name. I can't read his name. Lodi and Llorente as the fullbacks. Herrera, Koch, and Paul. And Condobia, who was a very good player for them in the first leg, is on the bench, as is Luis Suarez, Correa, Moreno. They've got a good, they've got options off their bench as well. They're playing a 5-3-2. I mean, João Felix and Griezmann against Harry Maguire on his own worries me. So are we going to allow Telles to go forward, or are we going to end up in a situation where, Maguire potentially gets exposed? We need a big game from Maguire. We need a big game from McTominay. We need a big game from Fred. We will get, the one thing I will guarantee you is we'll get a big game from the crowd. Absolutely, 100%. Do you reckon Ralph wants to choose Maguire? Says Charlie Kofi. I've done that one, sorry. And Ranić came to the same conclusion as I did. The way this current squad is set up, you simply cannot play Pogba and Bruno in the same team, says YUFC. You can't play them in the same team if you're not going to play McTominay and Fred. You've got or Matic and Fred. Who can give us the most trouble tonight, in your opinion, Mark? Says Barak. Their midfield can give us the most trouble, without a shadow of a doubt. I think that is that is my biggest concern. I think that João Felix is a fantastic player, and potentially he is the sort of player that would adapt very well to the Premier League. So he worries me a little bit as well. Griezmann, you never know what you're going to get with Griezmann. But what I think you do get with João Felix and Griezmann is a bit of mobility, which Varane can deal with, but I'm not convinced Maguire can. I think this game will come down to how open we are willing to be. Now, I said in my preview that if they score, we'll lay siege to their goal anyway, because that's how Simeone plays. If they score first, it makes it harder, but we just attack. Are we going to attack, or are we going to play conservative and try and grind out a result? It's a risk if you try and grind the result out, because that will mean not playing a high line. That will mean McTominay and Telles playing very close to Harry Maguire and not pushing on. Are we going to play a high line and leave Maguire and Varane to defend and our fullbacks to push forward, and Fred and Bruno push forward, and McTominay have license to press as well? That's where this game's won and lost for me. I hope we're going to do it, and I hope it works, because to beat them, we've got to put as many crosses into the box as we can, as many shots as we can, and play the percentage game. If they have one shot on goal, we need to have 6. That's how we'll win this game. Relentless attack. Let's go, Mark from Vegas, says bored. And forget any offence or entertainment. This is a team that will sit deep back in our half. There will be no attack with the hope of a successful counter, says the Studio Saga. We need Telles to get forward. We need Dalot to get forward. I've got no problem with Dalot going forward because he plays on Varane's side of the pitch and Varane will push him on. My fear is that we may not push on as much with Telles because, as we all know, Maguire is a weak player when it comes to being left on his own, and a lack of pace as well. So that will be a problem. Maguire and McTominay should be out the team for Lindelof and Matic, says Shane. I disagree about the McTominay one very clearly, that Matic can't play this game because you would have picked him. He can't play it because he's not got the legs. Man United decided to go into a season with a CDM who can only play half our games. And a striker in Cavani. Hopefully Bruno controls the pace, says Slipsnide. And is João Felix not playing? Yes, he is. Mitchell Bassett. He's playing up front with Griezmann. And also, Mark, how would you feel playing 5 at the back, asking Telles and Dalot to hug the touchline with Cavani and Ronaldo as our strikers? We could take advantage this season, says Kurt. What would you do with Sancho, though? Arguably our best outfield player at the moment. You'd have to drop him in that system. When you're getting back to OT, keep up the good work, says Paul. Don't know at the moment, mate. Not really thought about it. Actually, was meant to go to the Spurs game last week, but I didn't. So, Maguire needs another player tied to him just to play his position, says Patrick. Well, look, I don't really want to spend a lot of time talking about Harry Maguire because I want to be positive, and I think he's a negative in a conversational sense and a concern sense. But I saw somebody talking about this. I can't remember who it was. And they were basically saying that we're doing a disservice to Harry Maguire because he's a very good player, that you need to play to his strengths. And I was like, hold on a minute. He's not bloody Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a bloody centre-back. Play centre-back and do your job. You don't build a team around Harry fucking Maguire. And what they mean is United should play a deep line and with a back five, because that's how you get the best out of Harry Maguire, because he plays well for England. Why does he play well for England? Because he plays in a back five with 2 holding midfielders. And in that system, he's very, very good, because there's no ball over the top. There's no one running at him. And he just has to deal with the ball at his feet or the ball in the air. And he's always got cover around. We can't play like that. Liverpool don't do that. Liverpool don't buy an Everton centre-back who's not very quick and say, let's play a back five and build a team around you. That's the problem with Harry Maguire. He's not a bad centre-back. He's just a bad centre-back in a team that wants to play a modern, title-winning, Champions League contending system. Hi, Mark. If United go through, who would you want to be drawn against? Not talking about it, Sink. Not talking about it. Also, interesting, 8 o'clock. Let's keep an eye on Ajax against Benfica as well. Interesting game that's going to be. United are also being very sceptical about going forward because of what Atletico did against Liverpool at Anfield. I think caution is priority for us as the studio saga. It's a difficult one. It's a balancing act to pump the room up a little bit. It is a bit of a balancing act, because what you've got to do in a game like this is you've got to pump it up. You've literally got to pump it up. This is a European night at Old Trafford. That crowd is ready to rock, and you've got to get it rocking in the first 10 minutes. Now, if you don't do that and you play conservative, the crowd will not be bubbling up, and we need to use that crowd. So I think the first 10 minutes we've got to get it up. If we lost this game, would you blame Ralph for picking this starting 11? Says SPD. Ultimately, the manager's got to take the blame if you get knocked out. So, of course, there's going to be some blame. I'm not going to sit here massively disappointed if we get kicked out this tournament and say, oh, it's not Ralph Rangnick's fault. There are a couple of selections in that team. There's one selection in that team that concerns me. There's one selection in that team that concerns me, and that's the centre-back, because I think it might dictate how we play. But I want to stay on a positive. Just before we carry on having the conversation, let me just say to you, we've got a fantastic competition for you, and it's from our sponsor on the show today. It's Spond. What is Spond? Well, you're going to see an amazing video clip in a minute as Goldbridge goes head-to-head in a keep-up challenge with Rory Jennings, Loz, and Ty from FTV. But today's show is sponsored by Spond. Spond is a free, inclusive, and easy-to-use platform for organising grassroots sports and events. It exists to make organising as easy as humanly possible, creating a better experience for volunteers, coaches, parents, administrators, and players so they can spend more time on what they love. It provides the tools coaches, parents, and players need to reduce the risk of fatigue and burnout. This is because it has all the tools to keep organisation simple. As a dad, I really like Spond because it gives me complete oversight of who's going to be attending training with my kids and who's also going to be chatting with them. It's just really nice to have that peace of mind whilst giving the kids the freedom they need. And because Spond love the United Stand viewers, they're giving you, this is the good bit, the chance to win tickets to any football game in the world. The last time Spond did a competition, the winner got 2 tickets to the World Cup final. To enter, all you have to do is film yourself doing as many kick-ups as you can in 60 seconds. Hold on for the video. And then post the video on your Insta story to make sure to tag at Spond app. So 60 seconds, film yourself on your phone doing keep-ups, and then tag that video that you upload to your Insta story, tag at Spond app. If you do the most and impress the Spond judges, then you win the tickets. It could not be more simple. Arsenal's #1 fan, Ty, has decided to challenge me. And if that's not exciting enough, Rory Jennings and Lawrence McKenna have done it as well. So head over to @SpondApp on Insta to check all of us competing against each other. I know Spond have great content lined up for the future, so it's worth giving them a follow as well. But remember, you're going to see a clip of us doing it now. How many keep-ups can you do in 60 seconds? Film yourself. Load it up to your Instagram story, tag at Spond app on that story, and then you have a chance of winning 2 tickets to any match you want to go to in the world. Thanks again to Sponds for watching the watch-along, and good luck with the keep-ups. Remember, as always, terms and conditions apply. Let's play Goldbridge against the other 3. Who will win on the keep-up challenge? Let's go. What a fantastic competition we've got for you.
All you got to do is do the most kick-ups
in 60 seconds.
In 60 seconds.
All you've got to do is submit a video of you doing as many kick-ups as you can.
Where you can win tickets to any game in the world. 2 tickets to any match in the world.
Let me know where you are going to go in the whole world.
To a game anywhere you want to in the world.
I just know I'm going to do more than him, probably.
The only 2 things I'm interested in is Loz McKenna and Rory Jennings. I want to beat them at keep-ups.
Are challenging me. Can you?
3, 2,
Don't try this at home.
Yeah. 20 seconds in.
That was good.
60.
Right, see if you can beat that.
Tag spawned up in it.
And you could be the winner. The amazing thing about that is, if you add Loz and Ty's scored together, I still beat it. Baller bridge. So hopefully that's a good omen for tonight for United against Atletico Madrid. But look, I tell you, I don't just talk a good game. I play a good game. Crossbar challenges, keep ups, bring it on. I'm not in this game for a laugh. I'm in the game to win. And Man United need to be into the game to win. But you can be in the game to win. You can win 2 tickets to any game you want to go to in the world by uploading your 60-second keep up challenge to your Instagram story, and make sure you tag @SpondApp, which basically means use the text and type @SpondApp. Good luck. It's a fantastic thing. You can download the app through the little QR code or through the link in the video description. Terms and conditions apply, but fantastic little competition to win, and we will be announcing the winner shortly, of course. What are the key matchups in this game, says Taru? I think normally that's a really good question. And I think in a game like this, there's 2 areas that concern me. The midfield, can we win the midfield battle? We haven't won many midfield battles this season. And does it fill me with confidence, McTominay and Fred in there? Not massively. I think we could lose the midfield battle. And Harry Maguire concerns the shit out of me, to be honest. That's what worries me. But ultimately, the game will be won by how we attack. We will have a lot of the ball, hopefully. If we don't win possession in this game, something's very, very wrong. Atletico Madrid never, hardly ever win possession stats in their game. It's not what they're about. They don't want the ball. So we must have at least 55% possession, and we must have a lot of creativity in the final third. And in that way, I think we can win the game. Atletico Madrid last 6 losses is because they have had majority possession. Their last 6 wins, they had 40% or lower, says Christopher. Yeah, they're a clinical side, Atletico Madrid. It's about clean sheets and nicking a goal. I wouldn't be surprised if this game went the distance. I really wouldn't be surprised if it went to extra time. I don't think anyone would be. It doesn't matter to us if it goes to extra time. We're not playing at the weekend, so we don't need to worry about that anyway. Not that we would. You know what? I think Cristiano Ronaldo. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is the key to this game. He's absolutely on it. We saw that at the weekend. He's on, he's sharp. He's on it. It's not just about United. It's about big games for Portugal as well. I think Ronaldo's gone into game zone. And I think if we can win this game, I wouldn't bet against him taking Portugal to the World Cup. And I wouldn't bet him being against him really pushing us close to get in 4th place. I don't know whether he ultimately will do that, but I think Ronaldo is the key. Somebody's just said as a super chat that it was Pogba's birthday and he deserved to start the game. Look, Dean Henderson's birthday at the weekend, he thought he was starting. Pogba's birthday, he's not starting. I think United are in a difficult situation. You've got Marcus Rashford, who will be gutted he's not starting, but doesn't deserve to start, yet is traditionally one of the big names that, people think about when they think about United. Paul Pogba is one of the big names when you think about Manchester United. But it doesn't take a massive amount of digging deeper to realise that it's not controversial not to pick them. Marcus Rashford has been very poor this season. And if he'd started the game today, I think he would have been lucky. I thought he was lucky at the weekend to start. He didn't perform. He's not in the team. Paul Pogba is leaving in the summer. He's not committed his future. Rangnick's always been quite clear about that if you don't commit your future to the club, then ultimately, he's gone with the player that is. We are lacking Champions League pressure experience in our midfield. Have to track midfield runners. History must repeat for Ronaldo, says Kartik. Second, try at this because the Spond went on as soon as I sent the last one. Can't believe technical director and director of football don't see how we play better with a real CDM, says Michael Fetty. Look, I don't have a massive problem with people being annoyed that Matic isn't playing, but ultimately he can't play 2 games in 3 days, and that's why he's not playing. Mark, this team is going to give me a heart attack, says Charville. The best outcome for me is that, with half an hour to go, we're cruising. We're 2-0 up, we're cruising, and it's absolutely fine. percentage-wise, I don't think that will happen. I think it will be a very tight game. We need to score first. I think if we score first, the game changes. Seeing Harry Maguire in there gives me the heebie-jeebies. Guaranteed clanger incoming, but come on, the lads, time for Ronaldo to save us again, says Adam. Look, my final word on Harry Maguire for the next few minutes is this. If he makes a mistake and we lose the game, then it's completely on Ralph Rangnick, because most of the fan base would not have started Harry Maguire. I don't need to do a poll. I guarantee over 75% would not have started him. So the manager's doing something that he sees the insight for. He knows his reasons. But if Maguire costs us a goal like he did in the first leg and like he did on Saturday, then that's on the manager. There's nothing more that can be said about that. I think a lot will depend. Okay, I think a lot will depend on how well McTominay responds to coming back after missing a start, says Stephen. Well, I think he could have played at the weekend, Stephen. I think he's been kept back for this game. I personally think that, you know, he's picked Matic on Saturday knowing he was going to pick McTominay tonight. So I think that was always going to happen. I'm not surprised about that. Please smash a like on the video, by the way. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Let's see if we can get 5,000 likes before kickoff. Talking about the start, we've got Adam, who's actually at Old Trafford tonight. He's just going to give us his thoughts as we build up to this game. He's outside Old Trafford. Why can others old CMs play but not Matic, says Joseph. And stayed up all night here in Australia. If we lose, I swear to God, I'm going to lose it. My prediction is 2-1. How about yours, Mark? Says Football. Yeah, I think I went with 2-1 as well. Mark, I'd rather Jones play than Maguire, says Zishan. Okay, fire up, Adam. Let's go.
So, team news is in, and let's be honest, I wasn't expecting. Well, I kind of was expecting McTominay to come in because, like I said in my road trip video earlier on today, the favouritism and what Rangnick likes with McTominay in the team, I expected that. It was going to be interesting to see if it was Fred or Matic. Because I said before, Matic changed the game in Madrid when he came on, so he had a good shout. The big debate that we all had on the show the other day about Bruno coming back in, that's come to fruition. We expected that because I think if Pogba played well against Spurs, then we might have had a different ball game. It might have been a harder decision to make, but with him playing so bad, I think it's been easier for Rangnick to actually bring in Bruno to this game. His energy and his work rate is probably why he's in this as well tonight. Definitely agree with Elanga for Rashford. That's the easiest out of the bunch. Out of the three changes we've made from Sunday, Elanga in, definitely better defensive option, works better off the ball, and we are going to need to work and match Atletico's work rate tonight, because one thing I picked up when we was in Madrid was their work rate off the ball is what will win them the game today. 3 weeks off after today, I expect blood, sweat and tears on that pitch tonight because everyone's got a break after this. So 5 subs to make as well. It's going to be interesting because Pogba can make a difference later on. That could be key. Matic again, if we're in front, can control the game again like he did against Atletico back in Madrid. I think that's going to be key. Rashford, super sub. Something has to happen for him, it really does. Maybe tonight's tonight, you just never know. And hopefully by the end of it, we're in this draw on Friday night. The atmosphere here is absolutely immense right now. Just seeing the Atletico fans coming in now. It's going to be one of them occasions tonight. Old Trafford under the floodlights in Europe is always special. Tonight, there's a lot going on it and there's a lot riding on this. This is our season tonight, so hopefully they can turn up tonight. No excuses.
Well, there's Adam's thoughts outside Old Trafford as this game builds up. One thing you're definitely going to get tonight is atmosphere. Absolute atmosphere. 100%. I hadn't told you what the subs were. Henderson, I think you can make 5 subs in the Champions League. I'm certainly sure you can make more than 3. Henderson got 2 goalkeepers on the bench. What is it about United putting? I tell you what, I don't want to get frustrated tonight. I want to be really positive. But why the fuck do we put 2 goalkeepers on the bench? It irritates the shit out of me. It's such a waste of a substitute. There's, put Charlie McNeil on there for the experience. You don't need 2 bloody goalkeepers on there. Henderson, Heaton, Bailey, Jones, Lindelof. So 3 centre-backs. Wan-Bissaka, no Luke Shaw, he wasn't ready. So Wan-Bissaka is the only fullback we've got on the bench. Lingard, Mata, Matic, Pogba, Cavani, Rashford. So I see 3 big name substitutes there when it comes to attacking changes. You've got not Harry Maguire. I wish he was on the bench. You've got Marcus Rashford. All right, he's an option. But you've got Paul Pogba and you've got Cavani. So at least we've got options because Atletico Madrid have definitely got those options as well. They've got Correa, they've got and they've got Suarez. So they've got those options. Are you confident about our chances with this starting lineups as ready? And I think coming back from the international break, we should go back to the team from Saturday, but this lineup will thrive or flop tonight. Well, it's sort of answering one question in 2 points there. And Killian says, I was wondering if you could ask Adam to get some Trafford footage from the stands. I'd love to see the atmosphere. Says Killian. Okay, we'll put her on in a couple of minutes. Yeah, we can't do that, Killian. You can't legally actually put up footage within the ground. You can get in trouble for it. I think if you're a normal fan on your normal crappy small Twitter, you can get away with it. But as a fan channel, and the biggest fan channel, we might get in trouble for that, because that is actually technically Manchester United's property. Anything you film within the ground is covered by them. So that's why we don't tend to put it up. But we can do it outside. Mbappe and Ten Hag to Real, Haaland to Barca, Haller to Bayern Munich, to City, Nunes to City. We got Poch and Kane spend the most and worst off, says Sebastian Bodry. But no, I did want to just talk about there. Isaac says, hi, Mark, hope you're well. Do you think Ronaldo's individual experience can allow us to win the difficult European game? Well, look, Ronaldo allowed us to beat Spurs at the weekend. He clearly was the captain on the pitch. Even if Maguire's wearing an armband, he may as well have been wearing swimming armbands. He's that bloody learning on the job at the moment, it seems. But that's just for show. That's just a fashion accessory for Maguire. The real captain's Ronaldo, and he'll be the real captain tonight because he's missed the Champions League. So if they play anything like they did at the weekend, I'm hoping that we'd be okay. Going back to the original question, though. Thanks for all the super chats tonight, by the way. You can do that through the $sign if you want to. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. But what I was going to say is, does that team fill me with confidence? I think that team is a reality bite. I look at the United team and I look at the Atletico Madrid team and I don't see a big difference. It's the same as the Spurs game. If you did a combined 11, it wouldn't be a clean sweep for United. You might get 4 or 5 Atletico Madrid players in it. So I expect it to be tight. But sometimes you beat these teams 3-0 and have the perfect game. And I'm hoping that's going to happen. But I think it's going to be nervy. I do think it will be a nervy affair. And I think it will be quite tight. I'm confident that United will come through. And I'll tell you why. Me and Jordy were talking about it before the game. If we lose this game, 2.5 weeks waiting to play Leicester at home to try and scramble 4th place, which looks lost anyway. I don't mind the fight for top 4. We're not the favourites for it. We need Arsenal to slip up. I don't mind the top 4 race, but it's better if we've got some excitement. It's better if we're in the draw on Friday. I can't imagine how hard it's going to be if we lose today. And I would also say this. I think if Rangnick gets us through to the quarterfinals, it's a huge achievement and his stock rises. There's 2 scenarios tonight. Well, there's actually more, but there's 2 stark opportunities. Rangnick beats Atletico Madrid and puts us through to the quarterfinals. Ten Hag beats Benfica and puts Ajax through to the quarterfinals. You're suddenly thinking, hold on a minute. Rangnick is the technical director with Ten Hag underneath him. Rangnick loses to Atletico Madrid and Ajax get knocked out by Benfica. You're suddenly thinking we're moving closer to Poch again. So it's an interesting evening for Manchester United. I will do the Champions League draw at 11 o'clock on Friday. I always do them. If we're not in it, I do them on That's Football. If we're in it, I do it on United Stand. I'm doing the Champions League draw on Friday morning, no matter what. I better have red all around me, and it better be on the United Stand because it's going to be a hard watch on Friday morning, and not in a good way. Hello, Mark. If you're not, there we go, a bit of atmosphere. If United lose tonight and if Arsenal win against Liverpool tomorrow, is United's season over? And what phase do they need to move on to? I think you've just done a great job of describing it, Nelly. If we lose tonight and Arsenal get a result tomorrow, we're in trouble. Ajax versus Benfica predictions, says Joe. I hope Ajax win. I do hope Ajax win. For 2 reasons, really. I think Nunes is an interesting striker at Benfica, and if he's out of the tournament, people won't be looking at him as much. And obviously, I want Ten Hag as manager. So if he goes through, it just shows his qualities. And I'd like to see Ajax's Ten Hag play against somebody good in the quarterfinal. I think it'd be a great watch. Would it make more sense to play Pogba as either the 10 or on the left wing to have more players? Well, Stephen, it makes more sense to you, and it might make sense to more people. But the reality is, we're not in charge. It makes more sense to me to pick Phil Jones, Victor Lindelof or Eric Bailly over Harry Maguire, but it's not happened. One bright spot I see is the low starting. More chance creation, and Wan-Bissaka was exploited by Lodi in the reverse fixture, says BEJ. Thank you very much. Make sure you check out the video we're doing at 2 o'clock tomorrow. I think I'll probably do it live again. It's a head-to-head between Rashford and Sancho across many things like crosses, dribbling, all sorts season so far. It's going to be very interesting to cover, actually. And I've stopped the clock before this game, so this game won't have any impact on the video. Ajax versus Liverpool next round, says Ramses. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I tell you what, we're also going to hear from another United Stand legend. We're going to hear from Beth. She's outside Old Trafford. She's at the game. She's going to give us her thoughts as we build up. Make sure you subscribe. Smash a like on the video. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Are we ready to go? Kartik says, okay, let's go. Beth, let's go.
Hello everybody, it's Beth and it's match day and welcome to the United Stand. It's the biggest game of the season at Old Trafford, Atletico Madrid, and I was there at the Wanda Metropolitan. It was a very tough game, 1-1 just about, and to bring 1-1 to Old Trafford tonight is really important for us, and the stage is set there behind us and the team news is out and we've got to go and we've got to win that game. I have a feeling with the changes that have been made, it's going to be very aggressive. Bruno coming back into the team, he brings energy into that team. I'm a little bit surprised Pogba's been dropped because of the way he balanced the midfield at the weekend, but Ralph wants to bring Bruno back in. He probably wants his creativity in there because despite the fact that Ronaldo scored a hat-trick, our goals expected was quite low, so Bruno's going to add chances into there. McTominay comes in probably because Matic can't play 2 games in 3 days, and then you've got to put Fred in there because of his performance, so I expect to see Pogba come off the bench. Marcus has dropped down to the bench again, that's expected. Elanga deserves his start after what he did at the Wanda Metropolitan, and Rashford hasn't been good enough recently, but I think we've got more than enough out there to go and beat Atletico tonight. It's going to be an intense game, I think it's going to be very edgy, but hopefully Ronaldo will turn up off the back of his hat-trick and we'll get to see the game that we've all expected to see and that will go through to the next stage of the Champions League, because as United fans that's all we really have to look forward to now for the rest of the season, and to drop out now would be really, really unfortunate. So it's a big night, it's a big team that we're playing, and these are the nights that you want at Old Trafford. You want the exciting games, so hopefully we'll see that aggression, hopefully we'll see Bruno up to standard again, and we'll see a good night at Old Trafford, and we'll speak to you after the game and see what happens.
Thanks to Beth there. The atmosphere's building live outside Old Trafford there. I've forgot to tell you, I've got what's this top you're wearing, Mark? I don't think anyone's actually asked it, but there we go. I like the self-reflective. There is Old Trafford. I tell you what, it's great, isn't it? Old Trafford on a weeknight under the lights for the Champions League. This is what we're giving up if we don't get top 4. You know, it's sad. That's not the same with the Europa League. You know, it's not. Anyway, I am wearing they did this a few years ago. United released, it must have been 2018 actually, because it would have been the anniversary of us winning it in 68. So the Adidas sort of did this revamped 1968 final top. So you've got your Adidas thing, the original badge there, Adidas up the arm. You can't buy them now unless you get them off eBay. And I haven't worn it on a stream for ages. And I thought, you know what, tonight, Matthew, we need it. We need it. Ranić versus Ten Hag quarterfinal. It's written in the start. I would love that, Jeffrey. I think it would be great. And I think Ajax would give us a good game. So, yeah, that would be my dream quarterfinal, because I think if you get Man City or Liverpool or Bayern Munich or Chelsea, you might be going out. But I think Ajax would fancy our chances, but it would be a good game. Mark, imagine if we get to the final and it says against Ajax, Ralph versus Ten Hag. How fairy tale would that be? Very unrealistic, though, Daniel. Yeah, you've answered your own question, but yeah, we really should enjoy this game because it could be the last time we see United playing in the Champions League for a long time, says De Gea. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but we're not going to enjoy it if we're 3-0 down with 10 minutes to go. We're not going to go, oh, well, let's enjoy it because we won't be in it for ages. It's a double negative, but I know what you mean. We should enjoy the build-up to it, certainly. Would love to win tonight, but I can't deal with having even a little hope because, let's be realistic, any other team in the next round would smash us, says Lucas. Yeah, but Lucas, it's not about that, really. I don't expect us to win the tournament, but if we're in the Champions League, our minimum should be quarterfinals. And the excitement of being in the draw as well is important. So I disagree with you on that one. Do you think it's possible that Maguire is Joel Glazer's adopted son, which is why he's always starting? You know what? I've explained this, Mr. Bab. You know why Harry Maguire starts, in my opinion? Because you can drop Victor Lindelof because he's used to being dropped. You can drop Eric Bailly because he's used to being dropped. And they aren't going to cause an uproar in the dressing room. If you drop Harry Maguire, he's the captain of the club, and like it or not, he's a big influence. If you drop him, it will cause trouble in the dressing room. So I think a lot of it is about, I think Rangnick looks at it and goes, is Lindelof better than Maguire? If I drop Lindelof, will it cause problems in the team? No. If I drop Maguire, it will. I'll go for Maguire. I think it's the option he goes for because the disruption of leaving Maguire out will be more than leaving Lindelof out now. And I know people don't like that, but it's the only logical one that makes sense to me. I think that Rangnick values Maguire's heading ability, and I think he doesn't really see a big difference between Lindelof and Maguire. But he does know that if he drops Maguire, it's going to cause more problems in relation to harmony in the team. This is the one at kickoff, says McCabe. Can you sing it? I'd love to sing it. I'm not very good at it. Jonathan, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. Remember, we've got our competition for you during the watch along today. Get your competition, take the note down. Best thing to do is download the app. You can do that through the link in the video description, or you can use the QR code for Spond. Spond is an organizational app that you can use if you play football or if you just want to organize events. But the great thing about Spond is they're giving you and exclusive keep-ups you can do in 60 seconds. Load it up to your Instagram story, and on the story, when you load it up, just put @Spond app in text, which tags them into it. Upload it. They'll check them all out, and they'll pick a winner. How many keep-ups can you do in 60 seconds? Go for it. I did 115, so see if you can beat me. And if you beat me on that, I'll tell you what, I'll give you some shout-outs because that's pretty impressive to do that. Are we all right in the chat? Somebody just said we've just lagged a bit there. Hello? All right, Beth appeared. That's okay. I did 115 keep-ups in 60 seconds. Bruce is confused by that, but if you're a good footballer, you should be kicking the ball at least twice every second because you do right-left. As you saw in that clip, which we'll show you again in a few minutes, some of those players are only one-footed, so they're going 1, 2. They can only do it 1 a second, really. But if you're two-footed, it's boom, 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 boom. It looks like I'm doing something else there, but I haven't got moves. Thank you for your content in this crazy, depressing world. It is one of the few remaining things that feel good, says Ira N. Thank you very much. And it's good now, says Chrissy. Thank you very much. I think we Marvin just says you can't do 10 kickoffs. I love these people. I've just done a bloody video. Everyone tell Marvin to sit down. The clip's there. The clip's there of me doing it. And I've done it before. I've done it in a suit. So well done for beating Ty. He's about 65, says Charlie. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. We're building towards a very, very big game. Half an hour till the match starts. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. How confident are you feeling about this game? I'm actually going to do a poll. A result poll is what I call it. It does tend to change a little bit when we get to match day. As I said, I think the team that United picked today strikes reality. I don't think that... I hope I'm wrong. I don't think that team is capable of winning this game comfortably. It's going to have to win the game like it beat Spurs. I think it's going to be tight, and therefore it's going to be nervy, but bring it on. Wouldn't dropping Maguire send a message across the dressing room instead of disrupting it? Dropping Orba was the best thing Arsenal did, says Sarvesh. Well, look at what happened in January, Pete, mate, when people were getting dropped. We had more leaks than a hedgehog's Lilo, as I've said before. Mark, you look a lot like young Oda from The Last Kingdom, says Jazz. I don't know who that character is, and I watched Last Kingdom. Mark, who is your favourite Man United player except Ronaldo and De Gea, says Jonas. Well, I would say I mean Bruno. I like a lot of our players. Mark, which Formula One team do you support? I don't really support a Formula One team. I'm really excited about it. We're doing Formula One watch-alongs on That's Football this weekend. I like Lewis Hamilton and I like George Russell. So Mercedes for me is a team that I want to win over Red Bull. But I like McLaren. I've always loved McLaren because I associate McLaren with Senna. And I loved Senna. So I like McLaren. I like Lando Norris as well. I really like Ocon. So I like Alpine. I like a lot of them. You know what? I like a lot of them, to be fair. Okay. Bruno masterclass incoming, Mark. Write it down, says Charlie. I really hope so. I really hope so. The big thing for Bruno for me is that, and many of you have said it as well, I don't think Pogba played particularly well on Saturday, but Pogba doesn't get the ball and try and whiz it everywhere. Bruno needs to slow down. We're playing against a team that is going to park the bus. When he gets the ball, Hollywood passes against Atletico Madrid, probably not the way. We scored a goal because miraculously we managed to catch them on the break, and that will have destroyed Simeone. But Bruno's going to have to be intelligent with the ball today. Hi, Mark. Can't wait for the game. I'm watching from Adelaide, South Australia. Says Carmine. Thank you very much for the super chat. Adan, thanks very much for the super chat as well. Maguire was on his way to 115, but ball hit his 5 heads, and who knows where the ball went now, says Brian. I tell you what, I bet I can do more keep-ups than Harry Maguire. I bet I can do more keep-ups than most of that United team. Mark, did you see what Ten Hag said about having technical directors? I did, Anonymous. He's a big fan of it, and this is why, Ralph Rangnick would want him as well. What is everyone watching this on, says Samuel? Well, it depends where you are in the world and what time it is in the world. And Mark, let's reel. You fake the clip. No way you can do more than 7 keep-ups. Luke, Marvin's already tried it. The worst thing is about a bad joke that someone tries and copies. Luke, you're sitting yourself down more than Marvin, and he's fell asleep. He's sat down that comfortably. While I worry about the long-term future of this club, I can't help but get excited for nights like this. Go United, says Stephen Rossi. I'm always tempted. Draughty, can we get that clip just for the last 20 seconds so I can sit all these praps down? Can we just play the last 20 seconds of that clip? Yeah. He's just working on it now because, anybody knows anything about manipulation, rotoscoping, photoshopping, trust me, you can't Photoshop this. It's in my living room in slippers with a little ball in front of a door in not very good light. It would take somebody of Star Wars CGI editing to do it. But look, let's just play it back. Let me just show you how you do keep-ups, because some of you might not know how to do it. You've got to learn to be two-footed first of all, because you've got to really get into a rhythm of left, right, left, right, left, right. Let's see if we can play it for you. What a fantastic competition we've got for you.
All you got to do
at home.
Yeah. 20 seconds in.
That was good. Right, see if you can beat that.
tag spawned up in it.
And you could be the winner. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right, okay. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I could do that for hours. I only had 60 seconds. If we can double up on the wing without fullbacks, we're in. Also, I'm an amateur boxer and your streams got me through really tough camps. Appreciate it, says Adan. Look, great, mate. I've got so much respect for proper boxing, not YouTube boxing. Proper boxing is really hard. I remember, I've told this story before, but one pre-season to get fit for a team I was playing with, we went boxing training and 90% of us threw up. It was ridiculous how hard boxing training is. I don't understand why we don't play Varane and Lindelof. The chemistry between them is world class and we play high up the pitch with lots of pressure. We better do that tonight, Ben. I want to see a high line tonight. We better do that. I don't care whether Maguire's playing or not. We've got to do that. Iris says, I loved your video yesterday about transfers. Agree, we need several non-star good finds, but how many? I reckon 6 or 7 and the Glazers won't do it. Do we have any hope anytime soon? Yeah, they won't do it. They won't do it, unfortunately. What do you reckon for Benfica versus Ajax, Mark? I'm living in Lisbon at the moment, so Benfica have become my second team. Would love us to get them in the quarterfinals, says Charlie. But I want Ten Hag to be our manager, mate, Charlie, so I want him to win. Simple as that. Hugo says, has Eric Bailly died? No, he hasn't. He just doesn't get picked, mate. I know what you mean. I hope you genuinely don't think he has died. He's alive and well, and he's on the video, but he's on the bench. But no, it's ridiculous. I think the funny thing is, I think if you asked an Arsenal fan or a Liverpool fan or a City fan if they wanted to play Harry Maguire or Eric Bailly, they'd pick Eric Bailly because he's more of a modern centre back. He's quick. And he's good in the air, actually. A lot of people talking about the keep up video that I won. Just a reminder that if you add Loz's score to Ty's score, I still win. 115 in 60 seconds. A lot of people wondering about this genius bridge keep ups. The reason it keeps playing is because we are sponsored by Spond on this Watchalong, and they are doing a competition where you can win 2 tickets to any match you want to. Charlie might want to go to watch a Benfica match. You know, the guy in Adelaide might want to go and watch Adelaide's United. I think that is actually right. So, you know, or you might want to watch a Man United game, or you might want to watch an England game. So how do you win those 2 tickets? Download the app. Just download it through the link in the description or through the QR code. And more importantly, film yourself or get someone to film you doing as many keep-ups as you can in 60 seconds. Upload it to your Instagram story and just type on the story at Spond app. So when you've uploaded your video, you can use the text to just type at Spond app. Upload it. You've therefore tagged at Spond app, and they will take a look at your keep-ups and they'll pick a winner. And don't worry if you can only do 20 in a minute like Ty, because you don't know how many people are actually going to enter this competition. There might only be 3 entries, in which case 20 might win it. I'll tell you what, if you get north of 40, you've got a very good chance of winning it, I think. So get on with it. How many tries did that take me? Mate, I'm too busy to be pissing about doing keep-ups to beat amateurs like Loz and Rory. I did that in 1 take. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be worrying about stuff like that. I've done it in my back garden in a suit. I can do 100 off the bat nearly every time. And that wasn't even with a official size ball. That wasn't a size 5. That was a size 3. I could do it with a tennis ball with a blindfold on if you want. I don't mind. I'll do it on a train. I can do it on the underground at rush hour with squashed in. I ain't bothered. Please talk about the game, says James. James, you want to talk about the game? Go and find a channel that's talking about the game. Chill out, James. I've been doing this for years. I know what I'm doing. I've got you all in the palm of my hand. You're hanging on my every word. No, we should talk about the game, really. Robert Allen, I'm not reading that Hazard official. That's homophobic. And picture this. We get to the Champions League final and Maguire comes out the tunnel with pink boots. I mean, you know what, Raven? You make a great point. I guarantee he'll come out in pink boots today. I don't know whether to admire it or laugh at it. I think he's so stubborn and so convinced that he's going to sit us all down. I think he will walk out in pink boots again. I think he's ruined the whole pink boots thing. I'm so pissed off with Harry Maguire wearing pink boots. Pink boots was Phil Jones's thing. He's so calamitous. Not Phil Jones, Harry Maguire. He's taken the thing that everybody liked about Phil Jones, the pink boots. He was always going to be remembered for the pink boots in an affectionate way. It's like a nickname that you don't want, but actually it's said affectionately. Oh, Harry Maguire takes that off him. Takes his starting place off him when he shouldn't have done. And now he's took the pink boots thing off him. He'll walk out in pink boots today. He's so unaware of what's going on around him. He's so lost in his own bloody absorption that he thinks he's a United player that he'll wear the pink boots. Somebody will have told him, don't wear the pink boots. No, I'm good enough. Hi, Mark. Your prime keys to winning tonight's game. Keep up the work, says Jonathan. Ronaldo. Get Ronaldo the service. He'll win us the game. Put good crosses into the box. He will win us the game. It basically give Ronaldo 2 good chances today and he'll score them. So, yeah, that's what it's about. Pranshu says, Maguire, McTominay and Bruno, the recipe for disaster. I like Bruno, but he plays one worldy pass. Look, Pranshu, I think you're absolutely correct. A lot of people are talking about Harry Maguire. And a lot of people will be worried about McTominay and maybe Fred and maybe Alanga. But you're right. Bruno's one of my favourite players, but he has to have a good game today. He has not been playing well recently, and the pressure's on Bruno as much as it's on any other player. Here's hoping for a class European night, and Harry Maguire can put in a worldie, says DJ. He's due a header, isn't he? He's due a header. Lord Oda, you're funny, says Jazz. And I live in Australia, Mark. No one wants to watch Adelaide, says Oliver Hunt. I've got to Google this Lord Oda. Got to do it. Look. Taking the piss is about 90. Yeah, bloody. I think you mean young. Yeah, he doesn't mean the old one. He means, yeah, I know you mean. You mean the younger one, not the old bloke. He looks like a boiled egg. You mean the younger one. Yeah, I know what you mean. If you Google it, don't look at the guy who's got the beard. He means the younger one, which doesn't really look like me anyway, but not that one. Young Lord Oda, says Jazz. Yeah, young Lord Oda. I know what you mean, yeah. Imagine that conversation. Don't wear the pink boots. I know what I'm doing, Ronnie. Then his forehead gets stuck walking through the door, says Butter Pants. Hey, come on. Let's not be foreheadist. And I don't think Ronaldo is the problem, but would you sell him to free up the wages needed for a massive overhaul, says Ronan? No. Why would I sell Cristiano Ronaldo on £500,000 a week when I can get rid of Mata on 140, Matic on 120, Lingard on 100, and that's over 300 grand straight away. You only need to get rid of Maguire or Rashford, and you've cleared that £500,000 anyway a week. So you don't need to. I find that such a lazy cop out that the press do talk about. Well, look, maybe Ronaldo shouldn't go, but you'd clear his wages. Hold on a minute. I was about to clear that £500,000 another way. Dean Henderson's on 140 grand a week as well. I can get rid of 4 players that never play and keep Ronaldo's wages. So there's other ways of keeping that in place. Do you think Felix would be a good signing for Arsenal, says Alexander B? I think that João Felix is a very dangerous player tonight. I think he played so well in the first leg. He's one of those players that I've always liked. João Felix. I remember United being linked to him when we got Bruno, actually. Bruno was having a great season in Sporting Lisbon, and João Felix was having a great season at Benfica. And it was sort of like, though, before he came to United, it was those 2 players that we got linked with. Obviously, we got Bruno, and João Felix went to Atletico Madrid. I'm very happy that we got Bruno, but João Felix is a fantastic player who I actually haven't probably seen a lot of in a while, because he always seems to be injured for Portugal or Atletico Madrid. But he's a fantastic player, and I do definitely think that he would suit the Premier League very, very well. Yeah, I think he's 100% that sort of player. Apparently, Atletico Madrid's bus got a little bit late. Didn't get there till 6:50. I don't think that will change the time that the match kicks off, because they are both on the pitch at the moment. Both teams are just knocking the ball around. 20 minutes to go to the start of this match. Absolutely massive match. Absolutely huge. Some BT in the UK. Champions League football's been on BT for years now. Used to be on ITV. Anyway, there's Old Trafford. It's build up Old Trafford, as it says above my head. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. You're all very welcome on the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. Obviously for the watch-alongs as well. So subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're on the road tonight to 292,000 as we try to get to 300,000, as you can see in the top right-hand corner. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're 350 away from 292,000. Thanks, everyone, for getting involved. I think Felix is a great player, but I always felt he was kind of wasted in Simeone's system, says Stephen Rossi. And I think you're absolutely right there, Stephen. Whether João Felix suits Atletico Madrid is another thing. I think João Felix in a Man City side would be fantastic. Or maybe João Felix in a Liverpool side as the false 9 with Salah and Mane aside him. As wanting City to win the league over Liverpool has put into perspective how far the Glazers have let the standards of this club fall, says Rash. Very good point. I think Felix is a great player. So that's from Stephen. And why hasn't Lingy been playing recently, says Kane? Because he's crap. Give it a few minutes, yeah. Keepy Uppy Bridge, we have so much youth talent. How do you integrate those players with the senior team? We have so many young midfielders and they never get a chance. And maybe our key to success is them, says Kuba. I think that's a great question as well, because if you look at the game tonight, there is absolutely no way a Hannibal Mabry is going to get involved on the bench or Charlie McNeil or anyone like that, because the pressure's too high. I think the worse situation your club is in, the harder it is to integrate youth, which is a bit of a contradiction, really, because if you've got nothing to play for and you're struggling, why would you not play the youth? But actually, if you look at United's history, Sir Alex Ferguson used to feed in people like Beckham and Butt and Scholes and Neville and all these other youth players because we were successful. So it was easy to drop a youth player into a team that was carrying world-class players at the top of their game because they're there to nurture them. The problem you've got with doing that now is that this team is always under pressure. Every game's a cup final, whether you're playing Burnley or Atletico Madrid. So it's very hard. I think Ranić deserves a lot of praise for doing it with Elanga, because imagine if he hadn't developed Elanga, we would have to pick Rashford every game. Elanga's playing tonight. People might not agree with it, but he's only playing because Ranić has come into the club and integrated a young player. That means that when Rashford's not playing well, you can actually pick him. Hype you well, says Huntley. People who believe Ronaldo is the problem need to think where we would be in the season without him. It's a scary thought. It is a very scary thought. If United get through this tie, Real Madrid should be the dream draw in the next round for obvious reasons, says Liam. Hi, Mark. How much sleep do you get on average? Asking because you're pushing 50 years old. No, I'm not, Hein. I'm not. I don't know. I think some people on social media get really obsessed with people's age. As somebody who's a little bit older than a lot of you, trust me, I don't know why you're bothered about age. Just enjoy your life. And whether you're 21 or you're 51, like, just enjoy your life. Age just becomes a number the older you get if you enjoy your life. People become obsessed with it. You're all going to get old or you're going to die before you get to that age. So what's your obsession with somebody's age? And that's not me being triggered. I just notice people talk about my age and I don't get it. I really don't get it. I personally don't want to live till I'm 100 anyway. Mark, you have to do the Simeone Sue if we win tonight, says Dale. And if we win, we should do a whip around and get Ranić a new jumper. He loves that purple jumper, says Paul O'Brien. And De Gea, in an interview before the match, Griezmann is a huge threat, but Maguire is the one we need to watch out for. He then broke down in tears, says Andreas. Well, we've just had some comments coming in from Ralph Ranić. I'm going to see if I can find out what he said, because he has just done an interview. I'm sure he's, feeling bubbly and confident, but I'm just trying to see if we can get those quotes. Let's have a look. I know they should be buzzing out around now, but nobody seems to do. No, he has just spoken on the telly. One thing I would say about Ranić, he's spoken about Alanga, and he said that he was asked if Alanga is being rewarded after scoring in the first leg. And Ranić has said, yes, but this is not the only reason that he's starting. It's also about vertically and about speed. We saw in the first leg could be a major issue for us today. Ranić really does like speed. He's also said it's about fresh legs as well. And I've said playing with a high level of aggression and energy. And that's why I decided to start with this starting 11. And yeah, McTominay didn't play at the weekend. Neither did Bruno Fernandes and neither did Alanga. So he's freshened up his front six straight away. So you can sort of understand what he's done there. Let's have a quick look at what else is going on. Okay, let's come back to the chat. 115 kick up in a suit bridge, says Nigel. And thank you very much for that. Right, we're only 13 minutes away from the start of this match. Prediction to win the FA Cup, Southampton for me, says Shummy. Couldn't give a shit, Shummy, to be honest with you, but well done. We're not in the FA Cup. We're playing in the Champions League. So look, bit of positivity here. We've had 20,000 votes on our poll, which you can do through the live chat. We like to put a few polls up for you to interact with as a community. So we did a poll on the result, and 68% are going with the United win. 10% are going with a draw, which actually technically can't happen, although could. I suppose it's the 90-minute result, but we will go to extra time. There will be a winner. And 22% are going with an Atletico Madrid win. So vast majority going with the United win. I would not do that. I'm not going to include a draw. What's the percentage of winning this game? I would say 60% United, 40% Atletico Madrid. I don't think it's anything more than 60%, because the home advantage is what changes this. If this was being played at a neutral ground, I'd say it's 50-50. How could you come in? I hope we win 3-0. I hope we dominate them. I hope we batter them. I hope we're sat there going, let's have a cigar. It's easy. We're on easy street. But the reality is, I haven't seen anything in United this season that makes me think we can go into most games and say, yeah, we're going to win this. Remember before Christmas when we played Newcastle and Norwich and we were talking about, I'm going to go 3-0, 4-0 United. And we struggled. You can't predict with United. So, nobody could clip me up and say, oh, you said we were going to struggle and we won 4-0, because there is no United game that you can predict. We're unpredictable. Ralph likes speed but plays £80 million fridge, says Rudy. And 2-1 on penalties. I'm going to go 2-1. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to extra time. Keems, thank you very much for becoming a member of the club. Appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Let's see if we can hit 292,000. Okay. Get rid of that. How many times How many times to start the match is AS Gaming? Well, it starts at 8 o'clock UK time, so we've got 11 minutes. Liam says, I'm here for the rage later. Well, I appreciate that, Liam. It's YouTube. We're not going to 100% have everyone here as a United fan. There'll be a lot of interest in this game tonight. You make a good point, Liam, actually. Thank you, because I think Man City and Liverpool fans will want us to get knocked out because we're Man United and they want to laugh at us. It's funny, though, because I was speaking to an Arsenal fan at lunchtime and they said to me, I want you to stay in. And I said, I would be exactly the same. You know we're not going to win it, so you don't need to worry about that. Normally, I'd want Arsenal to get knocked out if they were in this tournament. But right now, I'd want them to go through. Because if we go through, it's 2 more games in April in between big league games. So Arsenal want us to stay in. They know we can't win it, but they want us to stay in so that we have more games in April. So it's interesting, isn't it? A lot of clubs, a lot of Premier League fans will want us out, but Arsenal want us in, even though we're in a rival with them, because they want us to have more games. Mark, do you think Pogba playing as a 10 versus Bruno improves Ronaldo's freedom and performances? Well, that's what we're going to see, Anthony. I think you make a good point as well. Ronaldo had more freedom on Saturday, even though Pogba didn't play well. Will that happen with Bruno? Simply Football says, I'm currently watching on a plane. Let's go, lads. I hope you're not driving it, Simon. Simply Football. And 558 months. Youngbridge, says Jazz. And years gone by, I would feel the butterflies before a game like this. Now I don't feel anything, which is worrying, says Nick P. I have felt very excited. I was very excited last night in relation to Man United. I'm not talking about my private life. I was very excited last night. I have been excited today. I feel a bit tired now. And not because it's 8 o'clock and nearly my bedtime. I just feel I'm a bit like I need that. Basically, my energy has slowed down. I need the energy to come from United now. You know, we can only do so much as the fan base. I think the fans in the ground can have a big part to play, but the players need to deliver. They need to deliver now. How much do you think spend daily off camera doing work for United Stand? Keep up the good work. Let's go. How much time do you think you spend daily off camera doing work for United Stand? Keep up the good work, says Daniel. That's a very weird question, Daniel. And I honestly do not know. I know how much I do daily on camera. Off camera, I don't know. I don't feel like I ever stop, really. But I do. I go to sleep. I do get time with the family and stuff. Bruno about to have the game of his life and a Ronaldo brace. Come on, United, says you. I like what a lot of people are saying about Bruno Fernandes. He has to deliver in a big game. I don't think these players won't be motivated. I mean, if you're Harry Maguire, you score a goal or you keep a clean sheet and you play well in a game like this, the world sees it. If you're Scott McTominay and you run that midfield, the world sees it. If you're Bruno Fernandes and you are world class and help Man United win it, the world sees it. These sort of games, you can play average against Newcastle and Norwich and people will say you were shit and people remember that. But if you put a good game in tonight, people will remember it. Imagine if Harry Maguire plays really well tonight. People will forget all the crap games. People, when he plays badly against, I don't know, Leicester in a couple of weeks, people will go, yeah, but remember he was there in the Atletico Madrid game. This is an opportunity for these players. Massive opportunity. Connor Hayes, thanks for the super chat. Bruno, okay. And also, Mark McTominay will go missing after 20 minutes. He always fades. Why not start with Matic, says Marcus. Scooby-Doo later on. And Jazz says, chew some chewable tobacco to calm your nerves, Mark. No, not going to do that, Jazz. It would be disgusting. Don't always agree with you, but appreciate the dedication. Also, who does Maguire blackmail with naked pics to keep playing? This is Canton 92. I don't think Harry Maguire's being picked because he's sending naked pictures to Ralph Rangnick. I think that would not be something that motivates anybody, let alone Ralph Rangnick. I know everyone will laugh, but we need Maguire to have his best game ever. He slips, the whole team confidence will go down. The drain, says Mario Franco. We do. We need everyone to have a good game today. I'm not really bothered about. Look, I don't think Harry Maguire's good enough for United, but I want him to be. I want him to be the best he can be tonight, because it benefits us. It benefits me. It benefits every United fan. Ten Hag just got questioned about learning English for a step ahead for United. He gave a smirk and spoke perfect English, says Dan. I don't know what. I can't understand for the life of me why people think that Ten Hag has got to learn English. I've never heard such shit in all my life. It's so arrogant. Like, Europeans speak English a lot better than some people who live in my neighbourhood. And they are English. Like, they're born in this country. So I don't think people realise that Europeans, especially Dutch, they speak very good English. People are talking like he's bloody Carlos Tevez, you know, or Alexis Sanchez, who can't be arsed. He will. He will, definitely. Most Dutch people speak the language as well. Exactly. That's what I mean. I don't know whether we're going to get him or not. I'll have to not do it because I've got to do the Spawn thing, haven't I? Okay. So look, we are 5 minutes away from the start of this game, but I just want to remind you that we are sponsored by Spond on this stream tonight. Spond is an organizational app that you can use if you've got nights out with your mates, or more importantly, if you play football or anything like that. Brilliant app to download. You can do that through the QR code on the page. Give it a try, or you can do it through the link in the video description. But Spond do download the app. Fantastic little thing to try out if you want to organize your life. But also, they are giving away 2 tickets to a match of your choice. It could be a European match. It could be a Premier League match. 2 tickets to a match of your choice. How do you enter, I hear you say? You've just got to film yourself doing as many keep-ups as you can in 60 seconds. It can be with a keep-up. It can be with a proper ball. It can be a tennis ball. Whatever you want. Film it, upload it on your Instagram story, or someone who you know has got Instagram story, who, if you haven't got it, upload it on the story and just type @SpondApp with the text bit so that you tag them in it and you could win it. And I would advise you to do it. You won't do 115. If you can beat me, fair play. They're going to tell me if anyone can beat me, but that won't happen. The reality is you're trying to win 2 tickets. And I would do it because you never know. You might be one of the only ones who enter and does 15 or 10. Give it a go. Links in the chat. Thanks to Spond. Hi, Mark. So excited to hope to see a 10 out of 10 performance as Davina. They're in the corridor. Carrot is a pundit and he can't speak English. There's Butterpants. Hey, it's about the structure. It's about the players. It's about the team. It's about support. That's what it's about. Not the best, but hi, Mark. It really frustrates me when Maguire's not on his form. Hello from Singapore. You must be very frustrated. Amaral, thank you. Mark, how many apps do you have on your phone? Says Jazz. Bloody loads. Hi, Mark. Thanks for doing the show and good luck to us tonight. It's bloody 4 a.m. in Singapore. So I hope we have a good game because work later is going to be uphill. It is going to be an uphill struggle for us, the club, the players, everybody, if we lose tonight. It's season over if we lose tonight. I know people will say, well, it's not really season over. But if you enjoy hoping that Arsenal are going to bottle it so we can scrape top 4 that we don't deserve, you crack on with that. This is the only excitement we've got left. The Champions League is the only excitement we've got left. And look, I don't think we're going to win it, but at least let's keep the season going till April. That's my mentality. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. This is absolutely huge. We are going to be starting this match in less than 3 minutes. Massive game for United. First 10 minutes is key. Let's get the crowd up. Let's go for it. And you know what? I've seen teams come to Old Trafford and Anfield in the past, very good teams, and get swallowed up by the atmosphere. We've got to use it. He is in pink boots. He's an absolute prat, basically. He's so far up his own arse, he thinks he can get away with wearing pink boots. Look at him, Mr. Arrogant. Anyway, let's hope he has a good game. I can't believe a modern footballer would think it's a good idea to wear pink boots at centre-back, especially when you've just scored a goal. Right, let's go. It's all about him. Right? Nothing. No. Okay. So I don't know how long he's been wearing pink boots, though. Maybe he's been doing it all season. I think Tellez putting in early crosses into the box with a key tonight also would have started Bruno on the wing and Pogba at 10. Well, that's what I said, Nick. I said that as well. I would have done that as well. 100%. 100%. Tellez, look, I think the interesting thing for me in the first few minutes, welcome, Jake Bennett. Thank you very much for becoming a member. What are your opinions on Bruno, says WT. He's got to have a big game. I'm a big fan of Bruno. Really big fan of Bruno. But, you know, Varane is also wearing pink boots, says Rory Saunders. Yeah, but you know what that's like? I don't mind Varane wearing pink boots. He can wear yellow boots, orange boots, doesn't matter. Harry Maguire wearing pink boots. You know, like, it's like, you know, those tight-fitting skins that people like Rooney used to wear. And, you know, it's like being Ronaldo and wearing that and you can see all the muscles and everything. And then it's like, you know, Jimmy Five Bellies from down the local pub who drinks 20 pints a night wearing one. That's Harry Maguire and that. You know, some people can wear stuff and other people can't. I just hope he has a good game because it's almost like he's just inviting the pressure. Wear a pair of black boots, you know, low key put in a good game. That's what I want to see from Maguire. But he doesn't. I don't know. He's obviously got this winning mentality in his head. I hope he's right. Bruno and João Felix having a little bit of a chat. Anyway, look, this is about Manchester United. I hope Harry Maguire scores a hat-trick. Thanks for the laughter before the match. Damn nervous right now. Well, we're ready to go, Jazz. Look, I'm here with you anyway, but let's hope at full time we're celebrating being in the draw on Friday. A few people nervous in the chat. Referee's about to blow his whistle. They will take the knee first anyway, so we're not quite ready. Come on, ref. What are you waiting for? The ref's wearing yellow socks and a black top. I don't know. Why not just wear all black? Why is he wearing... What's the bloody ref's at it now? Was he a roommate of Maguire? Why is he wearing yellow socks? And we're off. There we go. Great to see Matic giving Elanga words of encouragement in the tunnel, says Butterbean. Yeah, but you know what? Matic was never going to play today, was he? We've not started, actually. He's took it back again. Now we've started. I don't know why he took it back. I don't know why the ref's in yellow socks. It's really going to bother me now. I never noticed the referee. He's got black shorts, a black long sleeve top on, and yellow socks. Why? It's just distracting. Why are you running around in yellow socks? Oh, he's getting it. Maguire's like, yes. He's took the focus off me. Right. Anyway, De Gea's got the ball here, and I don't know what he's doing with it. Oh, he's going to pick it up. Dutch people speak English. I'm Dutch and speak better English than Dutch, says Gertchen. Yeah, I don't understand why people are obsessed with Erik ten Hag learning English when he's Dutch and will know English. Anyway, we're up and running here. Keep an eye on the possession stats, because I tell you what, if we don't have more than 50% possession in this game, something's gone wrong. Get that. Keep an eye on that defensive line as well. Good ball by McTominay out wide to Ronaldo, doing some keep ups. That's it. Get the crowd going. Oh, he's wearing different coloured socks because United are wearing black socks. Yes, that makes total sense. Mark, I want to see Amazon Prime at Man United next season. Should be the best one of the lot, says Tommy. I don't think United would ever do it, to be honest. I really don't. Nice ball in behind to Bruno, who kicks it out for a goal kick. Please subscribe, by the way, just while we're waiting for this game to start going. We are currently on... We're 50 subscribers away from 292,000. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Massive game. Mark, thank you very much for that super chat as well. Robster says he's going to throw up if it goes to penalties. Yeah, I don't want to see penalties. I'm not ready for penalties. That can't happen. Good play by Maguire into Tellez. Midfield started off quite well, combative. Needs to continue that way. Didn't everyone love Louis van Gaal's Dutch? Ten Hag will be boring, stroke correct, says Gertchen. Maybe ref wearing yellow socks because of Ukraine, says Ash G. I don't know. I think it might be because we're wearing black. Here's Bruno on the edge. Go wide. Delo. I'd have whipped that in first time. It's not great. Oh, it was. It was a good cross, and Elanga went for it, and he got there ahead of Oblak. And I tell you what, I didn't think Delo's cross was that good, but it was accurate. And it wouldn't have been given anyway, because I think it would have been given. He got there ahead of Oblak. Nice cross by Delo. Elanga gets there. And he's got every right to go for it. Been interesting if they'd have ruled that out, actually. For me, that's a goal. Well, it's not a goal, but it should have been given. Oblak's crap now, isn't he? He's like an Aldi Jordan Pickford. Good jump by Langus, says Joe. Yeah, that'll be helping Delo's crossing stats as well. That was never a foul. I don't know why that was given as a foul. You know, the keeper. I never understand why keeper gets the foul there, because the disadvantage is the striker. You can't use your hands. It's like jumping up with your hands tied behind your back. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. Anyway, we play on. Atletico Madrid are trying to slow this game down, by the way. One thing we've not spoken about is the piss-take tactics that Atletico Madrid will use. They'll slow this game down. They'll slow the tempo down, especially in the first 5 minutes, which have nearly gone already. You know, that they're definitely going to want to do that, because they know that will frustrate the crowd. And lovely ball by McTominay there. Lovely reverse pass. Mark, would you ever do a watch along with Sean Dyche? I'd love to, Million Hawk, yes. That was a really good pass by McTominay. I've seen 2 good passes from McTominay forward in the last 5 minutes. Oh, Sancho's lost it. Be careful here. Oh, lovely ball. This is brilliant by Atletico Madrid, but it's a great interception by Varane. Atletico Madrid there, the build-up play was brilliant. They were 1 pass from getting somebody in one-on-one, and Varane made a brilliant interception. Another good pass by McTominay this. I don't know what he's been eating, Scooby-Doo. He's been on the sneak or something, because his passing has been electric. I don't want to tweet about it yet, but here's Tellez. And that's not a great cross. Madrid have just got the ball at the moment. They move the ball around a lot better than we do. I mean, this is always going to be the problem with the Spanish side. They are going to be technically better than us. Fred's doing flicks in the centre of the pitch. Please don't do that, Fred. Yeah, we know you got a lot of praise at the weekend, but let's try and keep it simple here. Ajax are leading 1-0, apparently. I don't know whether that's true from Alex, but if it is, get in. I want Ajax to win. United playing with some confidence early on, says Charlie. We've got to, mate. We've got to go on the front foot. We're at home. We've got to play on the front foot. We've got to play with some confidence. Harry Maguire's in the box. I wonder what he was doing there. What? I can get back. Why is he playing up front? Get back. He thinks he's bloody Cristiano Ronaldo. I've got my pink boots on. Shoo! Come on, Fred. Passing's been good from United. It's crisp. We will have a lot of possession, and we need to keep that possession. Bloody hell, Maguire. That was a risky pass, but it's good play by Sancho, and Tellez has not made the run. The problem we have is that teams pass through us too easily. We're trying to press here, though. Oh, here we go. Well done, McTominay. That's it. Play it quick. Oh, I played it out for a throw. Good interception. Can Louis van Gaal come back just for the press conferences? Is Gertchen? Gertchen's got a love fetish with Van Gaal. That's your second super chat about Van Gaal. I think you've exposed yourself, Gertchen. You've got a picture of Louis van Gaal in Speedos on your wall, haven't you? I figured you out. It took me 2 super chats to do that. McTominay's got the ball back. Steady start here in the first 8 minutes. Not a problem with it. You can definitely see that Atletico Madrid are trying to do what they did in the first leg as well. That scissor approach, funnel us down the flanks. Don't let us play through the middle. You can see it there, look, that triangle approach. And we'll get a corner here if you let it go. Oh, it's gone for throwing. HG says, why is Ronaldo drifting? He's got to drift, mate. It's all about pulling those centre-backs about, isn't it? I think Ronaldo's got to drift around in this game, because if he plays close to 3 centre-backs, they've got an easy job. You know, leave them not marking anybody. Leave them marking space. Create 2v2s, 3v2s, and things like that. 2v1s and 3v2s, sorry. If we lose this crowd, we're hopeless, says user. Nice ball over the top. David De Gea's there. Quick off his line. Well done. Oh, my God. De Gea, be careful. There we go. Bruno's picked it up. Let's have a look. Oh, Bruno. Simple pass. See, Ronaldo, in a game like this, get the ball, play the pass. Mark, I'm driving home and I need the perfect CDM, says David. No, he needs the perfect com. I'm not that sort of person, mate, but thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. We're only about 10 away from 292,000. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. 10 minutes in here. You're welcome on the United Stand community. And it's been a decent start from United in the first 10 minutes. We will have more of the possession. We know that's the way against Simeone's team. It's basically about moving shapes. That's not a bad cross. Cleared away. And he's given the foul. I'm not bothered about this. I'm not bothered about this. We are we're probing. Foul by Delo on João Felix there. They end up with a free kick. But yeah, one of the things we didn't speak about in the preview or in the build-up was that you are going to get a lot of throwing yourself to the ground. You're going to get a lot of time wasting. They're going to be doing stuff like this when they've got a free kick. Oh, I've got no one to pass to. I've got no one to pass to. There's like 10 other people in a blue shirt. But it's all about driving the clock down. And not because I think Atletico Madrid want to go to extra time. I think they just know, as the away team, that if you can kill the support in the sense of, you know, make it get nervy, who gets more nervous if this game goes towards 70 minutes at 0-0? The home team does, because there's that pressure that, you know, you should be creating more chances. Nice switch of the play here. I don't know why Delo got left in a 2v2. But we've got numbers back now. Atletico Madrid have got the ball. They're pressing McTominay, but what they don't know is that he's never open for a pass anyways. Tactical masterclass by Ralph, says NYKK. Hi, Mark. I just want United to play well regardless of the result, but I want United to win. You just contradicted yourself, Mohammed. This tempo will drop fast. Need to take advantage as IQ. We need to score first. I did want us to score in the first 20 minutes. I wouldn't say it's key, but I think if we score in the first 20 minutes, as long as we score first, Atletico Madrid have got to play a little bit more expansive. If you go 1 down, you will get the most frustrating game of your life. They will be constantly on the floor, says Frank. Yes, we don't want to go 1-0 down. If you go 1-0 up, they can't sit back. That's a lovely ball in behind Maguire. Look how slow he is to get back. Well, how's he got himself caught there? We've got numbers back, though. McTominay into Fred. He's just so bloody slow. Just what, you know, it took him 10 minutes to play a ball in behind him. A run in behind Harry Maguire. It's on all the time in that situation. Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! Well, also, I said it before the game as well, you've got to win the midfield battle. I'd say in the first 10 minutes, it's quite an equal midfield battle. McTominay, Fred, Bruno. That's a bad ball by Varane, but he gets away with it. Delo's there. Nice bit of skill by Delo. Keeps the ball moving as well. Now Ronaldo, he moves it on to Bruno. Let's look for the cross, Bruno. You've got lots of space. Put the cross in, Bruno! Oh, he's hit the bar. Alanga's hit the bar. He's hit the Demba. How has he missed? Is it the miss of the season? Oh, my God. How close was this? Lovely build-up play from the back by United through Delo, Ronaldo, Bruno, and we haven't seen the replay yet, but I think he's hit the Demba. Well, we won't see it back yet. Massive chance. It's Fred. Well, that'll get the crowd going. I haven't seen a replay yet. United still got the ball. Varane to Tellez. Come on, United. Use that chance. has the opportunity. Right, we'll probably see the replay now. Let's have a look. Good cross. Oh, no, it's not hit the bar. Is it the keeper's face? Nah, you can't blame him there. He's not hit the bar. He's hit the goalkeeper's head. You've got to say it's a great save. Probably didn't know much about it, but he's hit the target and the keeper saved it with his head. He's not hit the... You what? No. So it should be 1-0 to Man United if Oblak didn't have a head. So it's not 1-0 to Man United because he has. Imagine the goalkeeper without a head. Does the fact that our best CDM isn't playing because he can only play one game and the midfield is so important will make the board buy a CDM? Well, it's not made them bought a CDM last year, has it, Marcus? Great head by Oblak, says Red Harlow, and United still on the attack here. It's a weird game, isn't it? We don't normally have this much possession, but it's absolutely to be expected against Atletico Madrid. Maguire's just whacked it out for a throw-in. Crap pass. I like the play. This gives confidence. Ronaldo not playing central, by the way, says Max. Yeah, but look, what I would say is don't fall into a sense of we're dominating. Atletico Madrid gift possession up. This is what they do. They don't want possession. We will have a lot of possession. It's part of the game plan. I don't want people who don't realise what Atletico Madrid are about to think, oh, we're dominating them, because they want to be dominated. Nice ball out wide by Atletico Madrid, who's on the back stick. Good tackle by Maguire. Doesn't quite win it. Great save, De Gea. Oh, what a save by De Gea. Shot from distance. It looked close. It looked like it was going in. Dave saves. What a shot. It's going in the top corner, that is. It's dipping. It's going in the top corner. It's a great save by De Gea. He gets a full hand on it as well. Good save. It deflects as well. Fred. Good save that. Good save that. Thoughts on Barca signing Kessie, Christensen and possibly Rafinha? I don't have any thoughts on it at the moment, Latifa, because I'm trying to watch my club in the Champions League. But, yeah, Kessie's a good signing. Corner. Headed onto the back post. Ooh. Goal kick. It's a good save, that, because it deflects off Fred. It's a great hit, but it deflects off Fred into the top corner. And David De Gea on his toes. Deflection could have caused him problems. It didn't. It remains 0-0. You don't want a goal like that going in either. Here it is again. De Paul with the hit. It deflects off Fred. It's dipping. It's dipping. It's the sort of shot that catches a keeper out if you're not on your toes and ready. And he was on his toes and ready. Great save by De Gea. Keeps us in it. We can't go 1-0 down in this game. 16 minutes gone. 0-0. United against Atletico Madrid for a place in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Friday draw, 11 o'clock. Ronaldo with a good nod down. Fred. Bruno. Worried about Maguire trying to play a high line. It's almost like he is trying to prove a point. I worry that he'll get found out. Fingers crossed, says Andrew. I hope he doesn't get found out today, Andrew. Harry Townsend, thanks for the super chat. Bruno caught Griezmann right on the knee there. Totally accidental. Griezmann's all right. Hi, Mark. It's my girlfriend's birthday today. Could you please say left error 57? You're a prat. She'll love it. Says Stratos. There you go. It's a very equal game, you know. I think we've had more of the ball, but they look a threat on the break. Good play by Delo. I think Delo's had a good start to the game, you know. Ronaldo, that's it. Keep the ball ticking along. McTominay, look for the pass. Nice little ball to Tellez. I like the fact that we're winning a lot of 50-50s. That's it. Nice. Oh, Delo. Ronaldo. Overlap. Still Ronaldo. Should have got a free kick there. Oh. Go on, whip it, Tellez. Whip it now. Oh, right. Shoot, Delo. Shoot. Good shot. Good block. Goal kick. The attack started from Maguire giving the ball away. Not sure why he thinks a ball playing centre-back, giving off Phil Jones vibes tonight, says IQ. What month's your birthday, said Zed. April. And Mark, it's my birthday today. Can you say happy birthday, says Lala. Happy birthday, mate. Hope we get the win. If you are a United fan, you might be hoping Atletico Madrid win. Can somebody just confirm to me that Ajax are winning 1-0, by the way? I don't know whether that was true. I heard that Haller might have scored. 18 minutes gone. A fascinating game because it matters. Oh, we've won it. Atletico Madrid's passing and tackling hasn't really got going so far. Ronaldo's out on the left at the moment. He's looking sharp, though. Unlucky. Tellez will pick it up. Goes to Fred. Scooby-Doo. And go on then. Whip it, whip it. Oh, why didn't Tellez whip the cross then? We need these early crosses. Ronaldo's ready for that. Fred with a bit of skill. My God. What's happened to Fred? Did you see the skill from Fred there? It's 0-0 between Ajax and Benfica. Bloody hell. Fred there. Ronaldinho in the midfield. Bloody hell. He's going to live off that for the next year. He'll get a new contract off that. If he can do that every bloody game, he can have one. Nice ball by McTominay. His passing's been very good tonight. I don't think he's misplaced one. Confidence. Fredinho. He's found his passport. Lots of possession for United. Interesting ball by Delo. United looking for a penalty. Might get a penalty out of this. We might get a penalty out of this. I think he gets the ball, doesn't he? No, that's a penalty for me. That's a penalty for me, ref. That's a pen every day of the week. Penalty. Stone wall. That is a penalty. I don't care whether it is or not. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. He doesn't touch the ball. It's a penalty. You've got to give it. I thought the defender had got it. 100% penalty that. Give it. Yeah, penalty. He's come through the back of him. He's not touched the ball. 100% penalty. This has got to be given. Bruno's playing a clever game here. Has Fred dug his Brazilian passport out from behind the sofa, says Alfred III. Anywhere on the pitch, that's a foul. How is that not a penalty? How is it not a penalty? Am I having a laugh? He didn't get the ball. It hit Bruno's shin. Now they've been shit all year, but Fred and McTominay have turned up tonight when most people said they could be benched, as Lucas. Chelsea will be hoping for an English side in the next round, save them some flight tickets. He's not going to give a fucking penalty. You're having a laugh. He doesn't touch the ball. I know people are saying it's not a penalty, but if that was for your team, Liverpool or Arsenal, you'd be screaming blue murder. He doesn't touch the ball. He comes through the back of the player and fouls the player without touching the ball. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lose my shit here because it's not been given and I can't change it, but he doesn't touch the ball. So how is it not a penalty? Explain it to me. Hi, Mark. Really like the Delo Alanga combination on the right, says Sean. Even when Scott's excellent, he's average. Admit it, Mark, says Gerchen. Chelsea will be hoping for an English side in the next round. Save them some flight tickets, says Andrew81. And, well, we just got to get on with it. But for me, I'll have a look at it at half time. But I thought initially the defender touches the ball. If he doesn't touch the ball, I don't know what's happening with the game of football, because you can't just bang into a player and not touch the ball. On FIFA, it would be a penalty. Kush says he does tuck the ball. Well, I couldn't see it from the angle I saw, Kush. But if he does, it's not a penalty. But for me, I saw it. It looked like it hit Bruno's shin. Bjorn says, love you. I'm sitting with a friend and 3 times out of 4, you repeated what I said, all the penalty, but seems I was right on that one. Much love from Sweden. Thank you, Bjorn. Oh, McTominay fouls João Felix. Thanks, everyone who's tuning in. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're very close to 292,000. Welcome to the United Stand if you're new. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, live every morning at 10 a.m. Lots to get involved with. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner for free and get involved. Apparently, Maguire's playing well. I don't know what game you're playing. I don't think he's done anything wrong yet, but I don't think he's. I wouldn't say he's playing well. I think people's. I really do think people's standards of assessing football has dropped off a cliff. It's like if you don't make a mistake, you're playing well. That used to be called an average game when I used to watch and play football. Playing well means you've actually done something that's making a big difference to your game. Game's getting a bit spicy, says Heather. Yeah, well, it's going the way I think many of us thought it would. Tight game. I can't see us winning this game comfortably. I think it's always going to be tight. First goal, so important. Nice ball by McTominay into Ronaldo. Now Tellez. It's a foul anywhere else on the pitch. It's a penalty. I need to see it again. Mank in Chicago. Delo. Good shot. Good save by Oblak. Maguire is a waste of carbon. So Sebastian Bodri, thanks for the super chats. So did Barcelona get bought by Spotify? And that was meant to be Arsenal's purchase. Poor old Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal are having a good season, but your owners could have been a lot better, couldn't they? We'll have a look at the penalty at half time. It might not even matter. Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! Well, let's not forget, we've had the biggest chance of the game. We can't be too concerned. Well, we can be concerned because it's 0-0, but Elanga should have scored. There was nothing, it was a great move from the back between the Portuguese trio of Delo and Ronaldo and Bruno. And, I think Fred and McTominay have had quite a reasonable game. Bruno's been quite reasonable. That's a definite foul there on Ronaldo. And Elanga, very unlucky that it hit the head of Oblak. So, we could have been 1-0 up. How long until McTominay gets his usual yellow card, says Dean? I think McTominay's had a good game. I think he's had an impact on the game. I think Fred's had a good game as well. Give credit where it's due. I think McTominay and Fred have played quite well in this game so far. They're actually making a contribution with their passing and their intensity. It's a pressure cooker game. Focus is important. Would have been better with Matic, Pogba and McTominay and shove Fernandes out wide. Creative players on the outside and McTominay in his best position, says Lucas. Yeah, but Fred's been brilliant, mate. You can't, I might say he's been brilliant, but Fred's been good. Good cross to the back post. And Maguire fouls a player. I just think that captain's, that it doesn't matter what the punchline is from Ricky Gervais. There's nothing funnier than Harry Maguire running along with that captain's armband. He just doesn't lead the team, does he? Whatever about a centre-back, he's done nothing wrong, but he's not the captain, is he? He's just not. But so far, Atletico Madrid, well, actually, brilliant save by De Gea, although it would have been a very lucky goal because it deflected. But they've not really done anything so far. Atmosphere on fire, nobody sulking, emotions flowing. This is a Champions League at Old Trafford, says Luke Marshall. Now, Sancho. Oh, unlucky. Really unlucky. Beat one man, but couldn't get past the second player. What I don't want us to do is shoot our... sorry, not that saying. What I don't want us to do is burn out. It is a great atmosphere. Corner. It is a great atmosphere. The crowd's up for it. Bruno's getting the crowd going. Everybody's up for it, which is great to see. Energy. I think there is potential in Pogba, Fred or McTominay playing a box-to-box role, but we desperately need a solid CDM, says Macau. And DJ, Fred's definitely getting substance tested. Corner, Man United. We scored from one before. Maguire's trying to find some space here. Good header, good header. Bruno's on the edge. Foul. That's a brave header by the Atletico Madrid defender, because I thought it was a good corner and I could see Maguire and Ronaldo heading towards it. I thought they might really head towards it. Yeah, Maguire's actually headed the head of the Atletico Madrid player, so it shows you he was up. He wanted that. It's hard to score a corner against Atletico Madrid. You think back to those headers that Ronaldo scored against for Juventus against them. They were just pinpoint crosses and ridiculously good headers. It's going to take something like that against this team. I think they are allowing McTominay time and space. They know he won't make a pass forward, and allowing diagonals gives them time to get behind the ball, says Nate H. As I said, they're a very deceptive team to watch, Atletico Madrid, because they lull you into this false sense of security that you're dominating the game because you have a lot of the ball, and we are dominating the game, but they want us to dominate possession. Have we had possession in the areas that they don't want us to have it in? Which is a good question by Nate. Mark, do you like the Champions League got rid of the away goals, says Cody? I did say I'd assess that after the conclusion of this year's Champions League. My initial thoughts are that it's better not having away goals, but I wonder if we can... My problem with what a takedown there by the Atletico Madrid player. De Gea's got that. My worry is, can we keep this intensity going for 90 minutes? Because we've put in a lot of effort in. A lot of effort in this first half. Harry pointing at everyone to do his defending for him. How much longer will we try and carry our captain through games, says Mank. Hey, no one's doing bad at the moment. Let's stick with it. No big mistakes so far. Fred's on fire. Lots of people loving Fred's performance. Yeah, good to see Fred playing well again. The big challenge was, could he do it 2 games in a row? He's very rarely done that. Nice link up between Varane and Ronaldo there. Oh, Varane's lost it. Don't lose it there because you're out of position. Look at Ronaldo tracking back and working hard here. Delo's having a good game down there as well. Good tackle, though. We haven't seen Suarez, have we? I wonder if they dare bring Suarez on in a game like this. I'll tell you what, that's the last... I don't think Suarez is the player he was. But you can imagine being knocked out by him, kissing his wrist or biting it, whatever it is. That's not Fred out there. Somebody hijacked Fred, says Nick P. Would I be wrong in saying this is the best performance from United I've seen in a long time? Just need the goals. Oh, guys, please don't. We're playing a team that wants us to have the ball and we're passing it around quite well. I wouldn't, as I said, I wouldn't go to town saying this is the best you've ever seen us play, because we're playing a team that wants us to have the ball, and it's 0-0 as well. So, and they're in behind and they've scored. He's offside. He's offside. Fucking hell. Don't ever come on this super chat again, Gaz, with shit like that. This is the best we've ever seen, because we've nearly bloody conceded. They've carved us open there. João Felix scores. He's just about offside. Where's Maguire going? Well, I tell you what, it's not the goal. It's not the goal that's offside. It's the first pass that's offside. And I'm a bit worried. No, it's all right. It is offside. Fine. Gaz almost jinxed it. Maguire was off on his holidays. We're very lucky. Well, you know what? Sod off. It's 0-0, right? Same as the penalty. It's gone. It's gone. It's 0-0. You move on. Don't let those things bother you. Just move on. You know, they were a little bit unlucky to be offside, but they were very lucky that it hit Oblak's head. So we move on. We move on. It's about the result. But as we were saying with Gaz, you know, that's exactly what I was on about. Gaz saying, is this the best we've played this season? It's 0-0, Gaz. That's what I was trying to say. And they want us to have the ball so they can do what they did. They want to hit us on the break like that. And that's what I mean. When you play Atletico Madrid, some people go, oh, we've been brilliant. We've dominated them, which is great if they don't want that to happen. If we were doing this to Man City, it would be our best performance. But Atletico Madrid want you to have the ball. It's part of the game plan. Seen what Al Mahadi said about Maguire? Yes, I did, Ollie. And he nearly jinxed us with saying that. Offside by a hair. Still do not know why we're starting Maguire. This is Ivan. Gaz, do a super chat on how bad we're playing. Yeah, good idea. Mark, this is the best United have played after Sir Alex under a manager. What's opinion on this? I certainly believe in this team with tweaks, says Jazz. No, yeah, okay. I think you're talking about your arse. 10 minutes to go to half time. It's gone out for a throw. I'll tell you what, though. I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but it's like a game of chess. Simeone's doing Ollie tactics, says Sebastian. It's like a game of chess, isn't it? You know, it's just. This is not even Atletico Madrid of old, you know, the Atletico Madrid side of last season that was winning La Liga, the Atletico Madrid side that, you know, went to Anfield and won just before COVID. This is a very different Atletico Madrid side in relation to its confidence levels. Good tackle, Ronaldo. I wouldn't be surprised if people on here said this is the best United side they've ever seen. Absolutely clueless. It's Devon. Would I be wrong in saying this is the worst we've ever played, says Little. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. 10 minutes to go to half time. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Beating Atletico isn't for everyone. Barcelona beat them 4-2, says Leonardo. Maguire hasn't played bad, so let's not jump on the bandwagon bashing him, but he has been shirking a bit of responsibility defensively, says SK. I disagree with you, SK, though, because you're telling people to basically believe what you think. I don't do that. I just say what I think. So you think he's not playing bad and let's not jump on the bandwagon, but he's been shirking his responsibilities defensively. That's almost a contradiction. I would say he hasn't been terrible. I wouldn't say he's been good. I'd say he's been average. But what concerns me is they've got him down our left-hand side into the space he should be covering twice. That is a warning sign. They've not got him down Varane or Dalot's side. They're looking at that Tellez and Maguire side. And you can't go wandering off on holiday. You've got to hold the line. You've got to go with the runners. Ian says that Sancho and Elanga need to give us more. It's very difficult in a back five where I think United are a bit of a half and half house at the moment. And what I mean by that is that are we going to attack or are we going to defend? And I think we're trying to defend and attack. And I said it in the preview, and maybe we'll do it in the second half. At some point, we've got to attack them. Because the last thing you want to do is 75 minutes, play like this, they score, and you've got 10 minutes to try and get the game back. It's a knockout game. There's no away goals. We're at Old Trafford. We are going to have to attack at some point, and I don't feel like we're fully attacking. And therefore, Elanga and Sancho are probably doing more defensive work than I would like. We're probably playing them a little bit too much respect. You think about what Atletico Madrid did to us in the first 45 minutes at their place. It was almost wave after wave of attack. We sorted it out in the second half, but we've got to have a 45 minutes where we attack them. I don't feel that we've done that in this tie at all yet. Who is the number 17? I've never seen him before, and has Maguire always been this crap, says David Mills. Is Sancho falling into the trap as Rashford, as he's trying to beat 2 or 3 guys at the edge of the box every time, says Varane. It's a good point, because if it was Rashford, people would be going mad. But Sancho obviously has money in the bank at the moment because he's been good. Maguire was out of position, would have played him on otherwise. Sub him, please, says Option. And with all this praise for Fred, it still looks like he lacks the confidence to make the quick pass, says Sonia. Um, 5 minutes to go to half time. Taking some notes for the game. Varane looks like a Rolls-Royce defender with that pace at the back, covering for Maguire, says Humphrey. And I hope we get Liverpool in the next round. We're not through yet. Lovely play by Elanga. Has he won a free kick? No. Now then, I thought that was a free kick. Ronaldo spent some time chasing the ref. Chase the ball, Ronaldo. It's right there. Stop bloody moaning. He's not going to go. I don't know why. I never understand why players do that. Ronaldo's 10 yards away from Atletico Madrid moving the ball around, and he's turning around to moan at the referee. When has a referee ever gone back and went, you know what? Your moaning's changed my mind. Watch the back post. Watch the back post. What did I fucking say? Watch the back post. Watch the back post. I saw it. I fucking saw it. Bloody egg. I could see it a mile off. Watch the back post. Watch the back post. What happens? 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. Fucking back post. See, Ronaldo's moaning about the free kick. We've let it get into our heads. 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. He's not going to go back and give a free kick. He's not going to go back and give a free kick. It happens. Free kicks don't get given. It was a free kick. Focus. I can't be arsed with this weak mentality in this team. We don't get a free kick, so we all fucking moan about it. Who's on the back post? Delo's got too many players to mark there. He can't mark them all. Fucking hell. Alpha Gaming, thanks for the super chat. I could have done better, me and my boys. McFred, says Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Weak mentality. Weak mentality. Weak mentality again. I'm just tweeting it. Basically, what I said is weak mentality, all too busy moaning about a free kick that wasn't given, and then all out of position. This is high-end football. I tell you what, if you're playing Sunday morning football, under-6 football, Saturday football, amateur football, League One football, La Liga football, Premier League football, international football, basically, if you're playing any level of competitive football, if you don't get a free kick, you're never going to get it. It's not a penalty box. VAR, and you know, even if you don't get it, you'll get it from VAR. You're not getting the free kick. You're not getting the free kick. That is an absolute example of Manchester United's weak mentality and petulance, that they're moaning about a bloody free kick in the corner and all out of position. Weak mentality. This is a lack of leadership through that team. You switch on, you take the injustice and you focus. You don't moaning like a bunch of prats about a free kick. It's weak mentality. Oh, I didn't get the present I wanted for Christmas. Oh, I don't want that one. Get on with it and play with it. Now we've got a battle. We've got a mountain to climb now. Fucking idiots. Draughty blames Gaz. Third time. You know what? The scary thing is, I said it. I could see it 5 seconds before it happens. Get on the back post. Someone get on the back post. If you watch what I was saying, I'm at least 4 seconds before they're even thinking about putting the cross in, because I could see where the danger was. Third time this game, Maguire has pushed up high to pressure a player and leaves a gap and pulls the full back to the middle, says Austin. Hi, Mark. It's been a rough day. My mum is diagnosed with cancer again, but there is no place I would rather be than watching United with you, says Freddie. Look, I'm really sad to hear that about Freddie. All the best with your mother, and I hope she recovers from that. And look, let's hope United can put a smile on our face. Compare this mentality with a veteran team like Real Madrid. To win, you need a champions mentality. No complaining, says Iram. You know what? Whether we go on to win this or not, it's just another example of a weak mentality within that team. And look, hopefully we can respond. I think we can respond, but a minute to go to half time. Somebody on Twitter, I shouldn't reply, but I'm going to. He's basically said, we can moan about a free kick if we deserve it. So if you get fouled in the box in the Champions League, but the referee doesn't see it and the other team scores, you shouldn't moan about it because it's weak mentality. But it's not been given, mate. It's not been given. And if you've been fouled in the box, VAR will give it. If it's a free kick, they're not going to give it anyway. Basically, it's called being elite athletes. If you don't get a free kick, I used to get taught this at under 11s. Don't moan about the referee's decision because you can't change it. He's probably got it. I literally used to get told this under 11s football. If the referee doesn't give you a decision and you disagree with it, you're probably right, but you won't change his mind. So just focus on your job, because as soon as you lose focus, you'll make a mistake. And that I was taught that at 11. And what happened? United lost focus and we conceded. This is what I mean. Football's not rocket science. Some of the principles. Oh, Bruno, good shot, deflected. Some of the principles of football are very, very simple. At high-end football, high-end sport, it's about mentality. It's about concentration. United lapsed in concentration because they felt they should have had a foul, which they should have done, but they've not been given it. So you've got to you've got to focus. Has he blown for half time? I think he might have done. I don't know whether he has, actually. I think the players are still on the pitch here. No, he has. He has. Okay, we've lost our heads. Don't think Delo could have done that much. Maybe he should have left the inside guy. Could De Gea have come out, says SK. Mate, you know, if De Gea had gambled that it was going to go front post, he wouldn't have been caught out. He thinks it's going far post and there's nothing he's going to do. The header was a little bit lucky, really. I think Delo has got to go and mark one of two players. If he stays deep and the cross comes in shallow, he looks stupid. He's in, you know, we'll see it again at half time. Yeah, Delo's probably at fault. De Gea, if he dives one way, saves it, but he might head it the other way. I think both Delo and De Gea have got a 50-50 choice. You know, at the highest level as a goalkeeper, you anticipate it's going to one side or the other. If you don't, you're not saving it. And he thought he was going to go one way, went the other. It's a bit like a penalty from that side. Delo, he's got to go and mark one or the other. He probably tries and positions himself in between. I could see the danger was going to be on the back post because they had the overload on the back post. Varane's playing as the left-sided centre-back. Maguire's found himself as the right-sided centre-back. Alanga's up the pitch. McTominay, I guarantee if you look at that goal and you follow it through, about half our team is out of position because they've lost the discipline. And how many of them have lost their discipline because they're trying to talk to the referee? We've lost discipline there. Bloody Gaz, can he not be responsible for them farmers out there? Was clearly lost in the field, says Gaz. We've lost our heads. Don't think Delote okay. Mark, United had good spells, just can't do anything with it, says Matthew. What's the point of VAR? It's only good to be selectively used. You don't get VAR on free kicks in the game, DM. It's used for offsides and penalties and potential red cards. You don't VAR every bloody free kick. Otherwise, we'll be here playing till midnight. This team lets us down time and time again. So sick of all these players. Every single one of them bring on the end of the season, says Aram. Mark, somehow, if we get through, who would like to see us go up against Love Your Lives? Edmund, I ain't talking about that. No, we're going out at the moment. I'm not talking about Friday. I just sound a prat. But if I start talking about the bloody fucking draw and we're going out, I'm not talking about that. We've got to try and get back in the tie. We've been okay, but okay won't win anything, says David Miller. Ronaldo's been inconsistent. Whenever he doesn't play well, he moans like Bruno. Oh, there we go. It's Ronaldo's fault now. Yeah, typical. 58 go. Delo pulled in because Harry got pulled out. Harry's at fault, says Ash. I'd need to see it again. In that situation, Delo can't do anything, says Butterpants. I agree. And Mark, I'm gutted United are losing. I was hoping for an easy quarterfinal for Chelsea, says Joe Rogan. My big issue here in this game, and I was talking about it before even Atletico Madrid scored. My biggest issue is that we are 3 quarters through this game and we've not attacked them yet. And I think that's my issue, that Atletico Madrid in the home tie attacked us in the first half. Yes, we sorted it out in the second half, but they attacked us relentlessly in the first half and we could have been 3-0 down. We were 1-0 down. We've played 3 halves of football against the defensive side and we've not thrown caution to the wind yet. We're not attacking. We're at Old Trafford and we're not attacking. Delo and Tellez are thinking defensively. They're not thinking offensively. There's not enough overlap. We are not committing Bruno to get close to Ronaldo. We are not pushing Fred forward. We are not playing the high line. We're half doing it. Because we are doing it a little bit because they have got in behind Tellez and Maguire a few times. But we're going for a half and half approach. We won't go full attack because they might catch us out. So we'll go a bit defense, but then we're not going to full attack. And we're struggling with it. We've got an identity crisis in this tie. We have to do in the second half what we should have done in the first half. We're going to have to commit to the attack. They're going to defend more and more. We have got to go at them. Stretford end. Our fancy is to score. We are going to leave the door open at the back. Of course we are. But we've got to move forward. Would I make a substitution? I think you can make 4 or 5 substitutions in the Champions League. We've got to go for it. Eric Bay's on the bench. Lindelof's on the bench. I would take Maguire off and I would bring on a centre-back that's going to basically play like another midfielder. I've seen us play with Lindelof and he's almost next to McTominay. We need to do that. We've got to high press them really, really intently now. The game plan is out the window. We're 1-0 down. We could keep Maguire on the pitch because he's tall for corners. Yeah, that could work. Or we could take him off and we could use Lindelof to try and win the ball ahead of João Felix or Griezmann instead of letting them have it on their feet and turn. I'm worried. I think Pogba's going to have a big part to play in it. I wouldn't take Alanga off for Rashford. I think that's like for like. I don't think a like for like substitution is what we need. I don't think he'll make a change at half time. But if he's going to make substitutions, he's got to make changes. And Maguire off because he's drifting all over the place. I need to see the goal again, but he is drifting around. You're never going to take Varane off. So you could take Maguire off. You could take McTominay off and use Matic. You could do that. You could take one of your wide men on and get Pogba on. He's going to have to do something if this carries on because at the moment it's playing exactly into Atletico Madrid's hands. I think a lot of people in the first 45 minutes were really conned by their lack of knowledge of Atletico Madrid and Simeone. I could see people in the chat going, oh, this is the best we've played in ages. We've dominated possession. Yeah, hold on a minute. Did you not watch the preview? Atletico Madrid will let you have 60% possession. That's what they're going to do. Here's the goal. Let's watch it back. Ronaldo's moaning. Right, Alanga starts to get back into position. Right, what happens here then? So Maguire comes out of position. That's it. The hole's there. It's Maguire out of position, miles off. Yeah. Maguire's been pulled out. The ball's been played through. Alanga, McTominay are not getting back quick enough. Deleu's got 2 players to cover. Yeah, Deleu's not at fault for this goal. He's got to cover the 6, because if he leaves the 6, he looks a complete twat. He's trying to mark 2 players. He can't do it. In fact, he's got 3 blue shirts. Deleu's got 3 people to watch here. He can't mark 3 players. Yeah, I think it's very clear to see that that's not him. Sums up the whole season, says Mank in Chicago. Need movement off the ball to create space, says Kia. South Holland, thanks for the super chat. Harry has made us concede so many goals this season, not for the first time. He pushes up again, says Manchild. And we need more crosses into the box. We simply can't break them down, says GJ. So, yeah, I mean, look, we are 45 minutes away from the nightmare against a team that loves to defend. And it's going to make it very interesting. Bayern needs to focus on being less like Maldini and more like Barenzi, says Peter. We did sell Lukaku, didn't we? Or did we put a Maguire mask on him, says Dan. You're just as much to blame as the team's performance if you're not going to stand by your team. There are another 45 minutes yet, says Gaz. Mate, I think everyone... I expect us to score in the second half. I'm not giving up on this tie at all. I don't think anybody's giving up on this tie, but we've got to defend better. We can't concede goals like that. It's completely preventable. We're attacking the Stretford end now. We're going to attack. I think Cavani's an option as well. We might put a front 2. I think Rangnick's going to have to get creative, but the only criticism I would have of Rangnick is that we've not pushed for the goal enough across the 3. If we go out, if we put in another half like that, we go out deservedly because we've not tried to attack yet. And we've got to test them. I don't think Oblak's that great in goal. Just a reminder, by the way, we're sponsored by Spond on the show today. We're giving away 2 tickets to any football game you want to go to. You might want to avoid Old Trafford. You might want to go somewhere else in the world. All you've got to do is download the app. You can do that through the QR code there or through the link in the video description. But to win the competition, see how many kick-ups you can do in 60 seconds. Now, I've done 115. I beat all the competition. 60 seconds, film yourself on your phone, how many kick-ups you can do. Just put it somewhere that it films you or get someone to hold it for you. Upload it to Instagram on your story, or you can enter through someone else's Instagram if you trust them. But tag at Spond App on that. Just put text on your video, upload it, and we'll check out your entries. Can you win? Right, I'm just going to take a quick toilet break. Draughty, can you hear me? There's a few super chats for you to read out there. I'll be back in a mo. Need to just take a piss.
Lovely. Thanks for telling everyone that you need that. I definitely didn't need to know that. David Miller says, we have been okay, but okay don't win you anything. Last third has been poor. Moaning is just others' characters. It's not a weak mentality in a team. I think the problem is once you start complaining, you've kind of already lost the battle. So the players definitely need to toughen up for the second half. Will second half FC turn up again? We shall see. Arvind says, this is typical Simeone, break play with tackles. That says a lot about the referee who can't issue warnings. We can't complain about the referee. At the end of the day, there are referees who give dodgy decisions in the past and teams, still manage to win a game. Obviously, you want decisions to go for you, but you can't always blame the referee. You've got to put your chances away as well. And at the moment, we've not been creating too much. Any changes at halftime? Says, would I make any changes at halftime is the thing. Obviously, I'll bring on Pogba. I think we need to change something in the midfield. We're seriously lacking at the moment in creativity. Although, to be fair, McTominay and Fred have been good, but I wouldn't say Bruno has been absolutely amazing so far, so I would make that change. And maybe think about making an attacking change. But I'm hoping Ronaldo's going to turn up in the second half.
Yeah, I'm back.
I realise
18
that.
months. I'm just putting him a tweet out. I was just going to say as well, yeah, look, Maguire gets pulled out of position. Of course, I think he's the fundamental issue as to how they get into the attack. And I don't think Delo can deal with 3 players at once. Also, midfield runners as well. They've got 3 running through their midfield that we don't pick up. And I think this is on Bruno, this is on McTominay, this is on Fred. This has been happening for 18 months. We don't pick up midfield runners. We're terrible at it. You know, we can do the flicks, we can do the passes, we can shoot and, you know, oh, that's close. But we do not pick up the runners. And that worries me a lot. I don't know why we're incapable of doing that. And, you know, they're queuing up. They're queuing up. At this level, you shouldn't have a right back trying to figure out which 3 players he should look at. Sean Finity, how many times have we seen us man short at the back post? Just happened to Delo, same as Wan-Bissaka, and why is Maguire out in the midfield? Says Sean Finity. But you know what? That whole Maguire moment, and I really hope we're not talking about it, but I spoke about this in the preview. I've been speaking about it for weeks. He can't do it. This is where Ranić's made a mistake for me. And, you know, Bruyere Ferdinand, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, they've all played at the highest level. Listen to them. They might say it, they might not. But I'm telling you now, the reason I liked Lindelof and Varane is Varane is always the spare man because he's quick. That's why Varane has to be the spare man. He can do the role. He used to do it with Ramos, but he has to be the spare man. Lindelof, when João Felix has that into feet, Lindelof is capable of getting there first and tackling him. But Maguire's doing that role. He is not capable of getting there first. So João Felix drops out. Maguire goes with him. He plays the pass and he spins. I don't know. Actually, I don't know whether it is João Felix who plays the pass, but somebody drops out. Maguire goes with him and then they lay it off and then the ball gets knocked past Maguire and he ain't ever coming back. And that is why, if you study the way that Ranić plays, he has one centre-back. It's a sandwich effect, basically. You've got one centre-back who's got to be quick to come and challenge for the ball while one of them stays back. We're using Maguire to be the player who comes out to win the ball. But what happens is he comes out to win the ball, he doesn't win the ball, and then he's out the game. And I know Ralph Ranić knows this. But for some reason, he chooses not to. And Eric Bailly could do it. Lindelof can definitely do it. But we choose Harry Maguire to do it. And I don't know whether he's just obsessed with the fact that he's good in the air and that's why he accommodates it. But that's cost us a goal. Maguire is the problem. Refereeing has been awful, but other players are playing well and ultimately we're losing because of Maguire, says Ben. As a fellow centre-back, he makes basic mistakes, I would thought, when I was 13. Not leaving the defensive line without making sure someone covers you is basic, says Benjamin. Bruno, 29 touches, 12 dispossessions, another big game he disappears in. Yeah, you need more from Bruno Rash, I agree. The problem is Atletico are very capable of seeing out a 1-0, says Cormac. Look, we're attacking the Stretford end. Our season's basically over. 45 minutes attacking the Stretford end with it absolutely roaring. I'd be disgusted if we don't score. What we've got to make sure we do is not concede again, because we might not score twice. Most important game of the season. Can you honestly say any of the players look like they're arse? Maybe Ronaldo and Fred. The rest don't care, says Aram. I'd sub Maguire at half time. He won't do it, but I would do, because he's already cost him 1 goal and it could happen again. Pogba's going to have to come on at some point. Yeah, you could do Pogba for Bruno. I agree. Maguire's doing keep-ups in his pink boots. He's doing the Spawn challenge. Maguire is literally doing keep-ups in his pink boots at the moment on the Old Trafford pitch. Is anyone filming it? He might win the challenge, because it's probably better than all you lot. But if you want to do the keep-up challenge through the Spond app, download it. Links in the video description. Then film yourself doing as many keep-ups as you can in 60 seconds. Upload it to your Insta story. Type @Spond app on it. Submit it, and we'll take a look. Pundits blaming Delo in the halftime show. Can't be asked to spend any brain cells whilst analysing who you sub Pogba in for, says Abhishek. Look, if they're blaming Delo, it's probably because he hasn't got the right passport. He can't. He has to take some of the blame, because if he goes to the player on the back post, he stops the goal, but then he leaves 2 players in front of him. His position, for me, is absolutely right. He's monitoring the one in front, he's monitoring the one behind, and he's monitoring the one running through. If he goes to the back post, he leaves a channel that they would absolutely slaughter him for if they scored from that. Second half kicks off. It's all or nothing now. Ferdinand apparently said it wasn't Delo's fault. Well, he would know. You know, as an ex-defender, he would know. While we aren't out yet, we all know what we're like in the second half. Madrid are well drilled, says Lee Halliwell. Yeah. 20 seconds. 25 seconds. Here's Alanga. Lovely run by Alanga. Oh, I don't know whether he should have crossed it, but it was close. Not very fond of Maguire, but Maguire will score tonight and we will win, says Jazz. Good. Freddie's playing like an actual Brazilian tonight. Ben, I'm not bothered about whether Fred's having a good game. I really couldn't give a shit. We're not winning. This ain't Player FC. I couldn't give a toss if Fred puts a 10 out of 10 in. We're not winning. We need to win this game. If we win, let's praise Fred. But let's win the bloody game first. We've got to attack. Good play by Fred. No, passes it out for a throw-in. You see, you've jinxed him now. Fred's playing great. He passes the ball out for a throw. Cavani. Subs are going to be important. Cavani. Pogba. How many subs can you make in the Champions League? Is it 4 or 5? Ronaldo. You can make 5, yeah. So there's lots of options. Paula, thank you for becoming a member. This is where I get worried on the break. Go on, that's good battling there by McTominay. Ref gets in the way. Hey, Bruno, calm down. Spend too much time chasing the bloody ref. So you got the ball back now. Oh, Ronaldo should do better there. What I worry about is they're going to kill this game if they can. They're going to dive. They're going to make subs. They're going to slow the game down. They're going to foul us. They're going to foul us in our half. You know, we've got to make this half last. We can't let the clock tick. This is Atletico team that struggles to keep a clean sheet. We will score. The problem is conceding again. Exactly, Bradley. I'd expect us to score at home. Go on. That's good play by Fred. Go on, Sancho. Good direct. Sports direct. Oh. Final ball. Bruno needs to stop bloody moaning and get on with it. This is not good. Like I'm literally, if I'd have been training this Bruno at 15, I'd have trained it out of him. Like if it's wasted energy. How can you be an elite sportsman if you're moaning about the ref? You're just distracting yourself. Injustice in football doesn't work. England have never won anything in my life because we spend so much time going, I was so unlucky, injustice. Like, winners have a winning mentality. Move on. If something doesn't go your way, get the ball again and make sure it does. Like, it's just weak mentality. Alanga should have got back to help Delo, says Butterbean. We're still talking about the goal. It's gone. It's gone. George Gibson, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you. Love Bruno, but he's really annoying me now, says Wazim. I feel the same. I love Bruno, but to be honest, over this season, he's really started to piss me off a lot. His attitude stinks. And I've noticed it more this season than I've ever noticed it. I get the frustration. It must be very frustrating, but you've got to keep it in check on the pitch. You have to. Ronnie Wheeler on Irish TV just said Atletico Madrid will love Man United chasing the referee and they're playing into Atletico Madrid's hands. Mr. Blue is absolutely spot on. We spoke about it in the first half, and we're speaking about it again now. That they, you don't. It's like any battle. It's like a game of chess. If you're, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You're going to get confidence if you're the opposition and you know that they're panicking. And we're panicking. It's panicking. We know that at the moment we're going out. McTominay's doing it now. It's not a bad foul on Griezmann, but he'll lie down for a little bit. He's actually just stood on his foot, to be fair. I mean, I think ultimately it's not been a great performance from United. It's not been bad as an attacking point. I don't think it's been bad, but it reminds me of the Spurs game. It's very equal. That Spurs game, we scored at the right time. I don't think there was much between us and Spurs, and I don't think there's much between us and Atletico Madrid. I think at the moment their mentality is better, and that's built through years under Simeone, that they're used to these sort of environments. We're not. What is Maguire doing? Fucking hell. Good save De Gea. It's a bad kick out by De Gea, but Maguire gets into all sorts of problems here. Fucking hell. That's a bad kick out by De Gea, but, you know, Maguire's fucking should just boot that out for a throw-in. You don't give it your goalkeeper in that situation. Playing too deep as well. You wouldn't look how deep our line is. That line is way too deep. We're going out. We've got to play a higher line than this. Bruno is moaning where is a captain should be stepping in, but Maguire is almost crying every time a decision goes against. This is RTB. Maybe more passion from our captain, says Russian Nightmare. The interesting thing is what sub you make, because there's probably 5 subs you could make. And I think Ranić, Elanga for Rashford, you could do that. Elanga for Pogba, you could do that. Elanga for Cavani, you could do that. There's loads you could do. You could take a centre-back off. You could take a midfielder off and get Matic on. Reminds me of the Lakers with the moaning, and they're terrible with super team with superstars, similar to Man United, says Tommy. Now we'll see the real Atletico falling down with every touch, rolling on the ground, wasting every second. We brought that upon us, says Varane. Ajax are 0-0 with Benfica, by the way. 67% possession for Ajax, 10 shots to 1. It should be a matter of time before Ajax score, but, you know, maybe not, maybe not. Typical, one of the best games we play, we lose, says Nick Warren. Nick, bloody hell, what games have you been watching? Spurs was much better than this. This is not one of the best games we've played. You need to watch Atletico Madrid more. They love to give people the ball. It's part of their game plan. Sancho's not having a good game either. I think he's overdoing it. As I said, I must be fair. If Rashford was playing like Sancho, he'd be getting booed. I know Sancho's got a lot of money in the bank, but he's not having a good game. What did people expect here? We spend all week slagging this club off, and rightly so. Then we think we're going to go and beat Madrid. It's laughable, says David Miller. I still think there's plenty of time here. From my experience of playing hockey, complaining to the refs gets you nowhere. Hopefully these guys keep their heads, says Hockey Man. Stats on the screen at the moment, 57% possession. I'd expect that. They've had 3 shots, all on target. We've had 4. We've had more passes, more passing accuracy. Obviously, they've made more tackles, but we've made more fouls. It's exactly what I would expect. That's the man you need to get on. Pogba and Cavani, they're the 2 for me. He's not going to take Maguire off, is he? So I just, you know what? It's not even fair, but I look at him running around in his pink boots, £80 million centre-back, and he's the biggest liability in the team. It's the biggest contradiction in the world. He's our most expensive player on that pitch. On that pitch, he's the biggest signing. 80 million. Bruno off, Pogba on. I'm sick of seeing Mardy Pogba says, Mardy Bruno says go. And only thing we're winning is pot sweepstakes on coming to United, says Brian. We've got to find a way to do something here where we get into the final third. Whip the cross in. It's got to be worth it. Go on, Ronaldo. No. Joshua says, if you told me Maguire was playing because he won some sticker book competition to get a game, I wouldn't even question it. It's Tellez. Go on, whip it. We've got to stop overpassing it and just putting the percentage ball into the box, the early cross. It's like every time we get near the box, we're taking an extra touch. A defence like this is not going to struggle with that. You've got to make them think. You've got to whip a ball in that they're not expecting. We're working the ball around. Ronaldo's dropping off a lot as well. I see Ronaldo's gone to the wing now. This is just possession for possession's sake. Where's the probing? Where's the chance coming from? Ronaldo wants a free kick. He's not going to get it. Sancho tackled. Come on, United. I don't, we can't go out like this. It's a whimper. You're attacking the Stretford end. It's just, oh, God. The club is so flat. You can't just, this isn't going to change with a manager. They need to, if we go out and we don't get top 4, you've got to sell most of this team. Go on, Sancho. Oh, he caught it quite well. It's a difficult angle. He catches it on the volley. I don't know how close it is. I don't think he does particularly badly because he's got defenders in his way. It's not far off. I tell you what, if he scores it, it's an absolute world-class hit. He's not far off, to be fair, Sancho there. Probably a metre, 2 metres over. The technique is just about right. It's so close. It's virtually impossible to do what he's done there. Good hit. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, we're on the road to 300k. We're currently at 293,000 and we're 100 away from 294,000. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. You could be in for a long night. Hopefully we are in for a long night because I don't think we're going to win this in normal time the way it's going. Maguire gets skipped past again, but McTominay makes the tackle. Good covering by McTominay. An hour gone. Attitude reflects leadership and our captain has neither, says Brian. You're only as strong as your weakest link. He nearly cost us a win at the weekend. We're struggling in this game because of him. Big says, Bowen clear of Sancho. Argue with Yunan. Okay, whatever. Maguire needs a slap. I'm starting to hate him. Well, we don't condone violence, was him. Oh, he's played on there. I thought that was a foul by Varane, but he's played on. Come on, let's take advantage of it. But you see, look at Atletico Madrid. Please just watch this. João Felix was just fouled by Varane. He didn't give it. Can you see any Atletico Madrid player moaning or running around? They're straight back into position, and so's João Felix. Not one word has been said to the referee. That was a foul on João Felix. They've got up. They've got back into position. Nobody's moaning. That is the contrast for you. And that's why we're losing 1-0 at the moment. It's as simple as that. The attitude of these players is disgusting. The way they've leaked to the press all season, disgusting. Oh, God, we could have been 2-0 down there. Where's the fucking runners again? They're over every time they break. Where's the fucking runners? Got to start thinking about subs now. It's going to be too late when we're out. Shout out to my mate at the game today, Wilma, says Lee. Lee, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. It's a combination of... I knew that. Wilma. It's got to be the second name. It's going to be something rude. It was crap, Lee. You got nowhere near catching me out. Free header over the bar. I think Sheffield United would batter this United squad. There's only one true United, says Ash. I'm not doing a minute silence for United's exit from the Champions League. I think for the first time tonight, I'm starting to get nervous. It's drifting. We look clueless. Only way to win this is to flood the box. Cavani, Pogba, Rashford. Andrew, you're absolutely spot on. We spoke about it in the preview 2 days ago. I mean, look, I don't know any. Ranić's way better than me. He's way better than you. But we've not attacked them. We've not committed the numbers to get the 2v1s and the 3v2s. It's all been too lethargic. You've got to get numbers in the box. They've got 6 people in the box at the moment. We've only got 2 red shirts and we've given the ball away. They've just been so much smarter than we have. If you could have spoke to Simeone about the perfect way for this game to go, we're living it. We're living it. Thank God the F1's starting this weekend. I'm just watching that. I'm going to call it the F1 stand from now on. Come on, Sancho. I mean, Sancho's not had a good game. Sunshine, Gary Neville, says Will. We need to make some subs. 25 minutes. Giving this lot another 20 minutes. You've got to make some subs. We've got fucking 20. We've got 5 subs. Foul on Fred. It's a chance to whip a cross in. This is why Maguire's on the pitch. Like, if he doesn't score from a fucking cross, what's the point? Sad to see Ronaldo's last Champions League game in a red shirt. Oh, Barry, don't say that to me. It's not over yet. Come on, Harry. This is what you're in the bloody team for. £80 million for an header every month. Come on. Why is Ralph holding back on the subs, says Nitro? Is even making decisions? Ralph is not making subs because he's resting players for the third leg, says Raven. I'm actually getting annoyed seeing Maguire point his finger. Sounds silly, says SK. And anyone saying this is a good performance needs to give their heads a wobble. We've been crap. Yeah, I think people have been fooled by the fact that we've had possession. But if you don't know what Atletico Madrid are about, then you've been fooled. That they will give you possession. It's a purposeful plan to make you think you're playing well and then hit you on the break. Why does Sancho and Elanga interchange? Why don't they interchange, says Druv? What's happened here then? Oh, Ronaldo on the back post. He's never getting that. Oh, Maguire's bloody headbutted Ronaldo in the mouth. Fucking hell. Is it Ronaldo in the back of them with his back of his head? All right, double sub, Matic. Matic and Rashford. Fucking get Cavani and Pogba on. Elanga for Rashford. Elanga for Rashford. And Matic for McTominay. That could be the biggest thing. No, Pogba for Bruno as well. We're going for it. Good. I can't complain about that. Let's get hold of this fucking midfield. Come on, lads. I suddenly feel a bit confident now. Bruno's off. He's not had a good game. He's not had a good game. Maguire trying to take Big Ron out of the game, says Nick. I think the current generation grew up with Pep's Barca, so they assume possession means you're playing well, says Butterpants. Told you, Mark, Phil Jones vibes. That was comical, says IQ. I think Harry Maguire is very lucky to be on the pitch. You know, Bruno needed to come off. Elanga needed to come off. I think McTominay hasn't really done anything, has he, to be honest? So the substitutions, I don't have a problem with the subs. Maybe Cavani comes on, but that's probably going to be in the last 10 minutes. At least you keep your shape with this. I agree with the subs. This is the Spurs team now, says Robert McCormack. Yeah. We've seen Matic do this time and time again. I think Matic is going to be the key to this game. We're either going to go out or Matic will change this game around. Let's see. Even Maguire's passing annoys me the life out of me. No pace, no direction, lacking intelligence, just an old-fashioned centre-half, says Matt. Look, he shouldn't have anything to do with this game now. We need to attack. We've got 20 minutes. Well, fucking hell, where's 25? Why is there only 20 minutes left? He's got to be offside. Got to be offside, yeah. Come on. Sancho needs to get rid of the ball quicker. He's taking too many touches. Got to push the fucking line up, Maguire. Push the line up. They want it. They just want it more at the moment. Look at that. Their passing's been excellent. What's João Felix doing there? He's trying to beat De Gea. Come on, give him a ball. Give him a ball. Come on, Fred. Don't start doing flicks now. Come on. That's a good ball. Oh, it's a shit ball, Fred. Good thing away goals don't count, says Brian. Yeah, we'd be out. Yeah, I like this away rule now. Harry's playing really well. Says, I'm not going to read that out. Thank you very much, because your name sounds very rude, so we won't be reading that. Ajax still 0-0, 65 minutes. Hi, Mark. Can you shout out my friend Fuad? Says Beast. And it's not over yet. We've done fucking nothing second half, though. I mean, Maguire spent most of his game just passing it back to David De Gea. Come on! Got to sort our passing out. Is that Fred again? Fucking hell, Fred. It's a tale of two halves. Bring Donny back, says Daniel. You know what? I'm starting to worry because it's player ratings time. That's going to be coming out soon. The reality is the team is simply not good enough. Yeah, people were talking about us winning this fucking trophy. Terrible pass by Rashford. We're not good enough. We're not good enough. Like, the only reason to win this game was to just keep a little bit of excitement open for the rest of the season. We're not good enough. A lot of Premier League teams would look at us and go, we fancy a chance. Oh, for fuck's sake. Some of the passings are abysmal. That's a foul. Give him a red. Could have killed him. That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. Why is he not booking him for that? Sancho's been dreadful. I know we all love Sancho, but come on, he's been absolutely terrible. You know, we all go in on the same players, but let's be honest. I love Bruno Fernandes. He's one of my favourite players. He's not been very good tonight, and I'll admit that. And Sancho's not been very good tonight as well. Come on, let's get this up. Harry Maguire's up against Bilbo Baggins here. Look how small he is. Mark, have you seen 850k worth of Red Bull was stolen in Belgium? How do these people sleep at night? Says Luke Jones. Ronaldo! Ablex there. Man United will need Liverpool to beat Arsenal tomorrow for top four hopes, says K. Oh, yeah, it could get worse this week. Should be our last Champions League match for the next few years. Cavani's coming on. I don't know what he's going to do here. Sancho? Fred? He won't take Ronaldo off, surely. I'll take Maguire off. Take Maguire off. Let Matic just drop in. United crashing out of the Champions League with a ban. Says Panam. Does Ronaldo play better when Bruno's not playing, says Darren? Yeah, well, a lot of people have said that. Nice ball to Tellez. Interesting cross. Not good enough. Ronaldo gives it a wave, but he needs more like that. Why are we stopping play? Why are we stopping play? It's not a bloody head injury. Dope. Absolute frigging dope. Where'd they get this referee from? Praxarus? What is he on? Since when's your ankle, you bloody head? Knobhead. What an idiot. You don't stop the game because somebody's hurt their bloody ankle. You stop it for a head injury. Don't stop it for a bloody ankle. Where's the game from? Fucking noddy. Fred for Cavani. How does Maguire survive? I really don't know. Why would you take Fred off? He's one of the best pressers we've got. Doesn't even know the fucking rules. What's he doing now? He's trying to give Matic the ball in a drop. Why would I take a centre-back off? Because we're fucking losing, mate. I'd go to a back three. "15 minutes to go." Player ratings is probably open. I will put it in the link in the video description. I mean, I suppose the game could be over in 15 minutes, to be fair. Got to keep believing. Written in the stars that Harry Maguire is going to score. He's going to redeem himself with his big £80 million forehead. Heard it here first. Tellez with the cross. Oh, what a save by Oblak! Ronaldo! Oh, fucking hell. Who got the header there then? Who gets the header? Lovely cross by Tellez. It's Varane. Oh, he's got to score. He's got to score that. Oh, it's a bit high for him. Probably a bit high for him, to be fair. Good header, really, but Oblak's in that side of the goal. Scooby-Doo. Go more quiet, the more panicked I become. You better get on your knees and pray. Panic is on the way. We've just not created enough chances. I mean, that was a big chance for Varane, but you should be creating more chances than this at Old Trafford. He's absolutely, over the two legs, Simeone has dealt with us relatively easy, I would say. The goal we scored against them was because they made a mistake and Oblak's angles were terrible. We really haven't done enough in this game. Apart from that Alanga chance in the first few minutes, which, you know, I think Oblak gets a bit lucky, to be fair. But it's just, it's not good enough. Not good enough by half. Maguire's out of position again. How's the ref not giving out cards? Time wasting, says Cav, and not scoring that against the joint best with Alisson, keeper in the world. Another cross from the left-hand side. Go on, where's the movement for Matic? Cavani to Ronaldo. He ain't got the legs for that anymore. Ain't got the legs for that anymore. So much progress and time was wasted under Ollie, says Guido. Yeah, well, we're paying the price for that, Pratt, to be honest. It amazes me that people want to put this on Ranić. He's basically inherited a stinky, shit-infested ship that is already halfway down. Benfica are winning 1-0 as well. Bloody hell. Ajax heading out. Fucking hell. Double blow. How have Benfica managed that? Ajax have had 68% possession, 14 shots. Football's a funny old game, isn't it? It really is. So much for La Liga being better than Prem. Well, mate, that is one of the stupidest. You've made quite a few stupid comments in your life. That's right up there. How can you say the La Liga is better than the Premier League because shitty United are getting knocked out by Atletico Madrid? Come on. Do you think Atletico Madrid are going to win the Champions League? Because I think Chelsea, Liverpool or Man City will go a lot further. Atletico's tactics have given a false illusion of United playing well. Fact is, we've done nothing with the possession. I feel sorry for any United fan who thinks that having possession in the first half meant that we played well. They gave us possession to pull us in. Do refs ever get... I swear this one's on the payroll, says SK. You agreed with me again about keeping Fred on alongside Matic, keeping Fernandes, and if necessary, switch cams for a centre-back. I'd like to trust Rangnick, though, says Bjorn. Yeah, Ajax are 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go in that game. Poch incoming. The night gets even fucking worse, doesn't it? Not taking Maguire off at half-time has made me lose respect for Rangnick, says Amber. Mate, it's not about not taking him off at half-time. It's about picking him in the first place. Nine minutes to go. I've got to say, it's not looking great. I wonder what the spin department will put out in the press tomorrow if we lose. More Poch deal done rumours, says Brody. Poch, Ten Hag, they're not. What are they going to do with this set of players? You know, Ronaldo will be gone. Pogba will be gone. Cavani will be gone. We'll be left with all the shit. We'll be left with all the moaners. No matter who your manager is, you're still going to have Harry Maguire. You're still going to have Rashford. You're still going to have McTominay. You're still going to have Fred. You're still going to have Bruno. You're still going to have all the players that are the problem. Oh, Delo, I don't think you should be shooting from there. Raul says the referee's paid. Simeone masterclass. People need to watch games outside the Prem once in a while, says Ali Gator. And I feel sorry for Ronaldo. Imagine how our season would have went if Ronaldo don't come and Ollie stayed in charge, says Lee. Matta's coming on for 7 minutes for Maguire. Way too late. Way too late. Seven minutes. It's way too late. Somebody said to me, why would you take a centre-back off? Because he's not played well and because you can do it. Sancho's had a terrible game, you know. Ronaldo will score a header if we get a corner, says Juan. We are pathetic. It's not going to get better for a long while, says Xander. Five minutes. Oh, I hope you're right, mate. Royce's going to make a cup of tea because that sometimes means we're going to score a goal. Well, he could be a goat here if he gets it right. Mata. Please. Come on, United. Come on. You know, the most embarrassing thing is if we don't score a goal at Old Trafford. No goal is a disgrace. Maguire looked confused, just trying to hand the armband off, says Butterpants. Rangnick out, Sean Dychin, says Floor Gang. Di Maria was excellent from right before until right after he joined us. Same will be true of Bruno and Pogba, This is Gerchan. We do ruin players. I think that's very obvious, but can't face the rest of the season if we go out, says Alex. Mate, we don't play a game for 2.5 weeks. We're going to get spun round like a fucking washing machine after this if we go out. Pochettino as well. Fucking great. Matic, Mata. Sancho, got no left foot. Matic has. Mata puts the cross in. They're on the break now. No, Varane. Come on! Come on! Get in that box. Fucking Rashford. Oh, he's wank. What is he doing? Simplest pass in the fucking world. Fucking hell. What has he done since he came on, Rashford? He is absolutely gone, hasn't he? What's happened to him? What's happened to him? Fucking simple pass. All it does is just, you know, fucking, I just. You're never going to get anywhere if people can't play simple passes because your attack's always going to break down. You can't trust these players. Oh, Cavani. I think... Andre says, why is Rashford one of your favourite players? He's not fucking one of my favourite players at the moment, mate. We're going out with a whimper. Tell you what, Sancho's saved fucking our biggest game of the season for his worst game of the season as well. I can't absolutely dread. I can't believe you would never think Sancho was going to put in a performance like this. I just did not see this coming at all. Oh, the ref's now playing on for a face injury. I can't believe this referee. He fucking stopped the game for an ankle injury on Atletico Madrid, and he doesn't stop the game for a face injury on Dalot. What the fuck is he on about, this ref? He's on a... Look, it's no excuse. We deserve to go out, but this ref's shit. I don't know what Christmas tree they took him from. He's a bloody disgrace. Oh, Darren Fletcher's finally done something. Fucking shouldn't even be there. Gets a yellow card. You shouldn't even be there, mate. Like the naughty boy. Come and stand with me, says Mike Phelan. Come and stand with me. I don't do fuck all as well. Bloody joke. Fucking joke. The cup of tea didn't work from draw. We're going out. I can't believe at what we're 1-0 down at Old Trafford at half time, and that second half has come out. We look very desperate, like a single dude on a New Year's Eve trying to find a kiss, says Emil. We played terrible, but this ref is unbelievable, says Brody. For our side, there is question marks over the selection of every player on that pitch, says Aram. Pogba's just giving a foul up here. Alex says, after tonight, the rebuild begins. Get players in for the shirt. Go get Ten Hag in. Well, they're going out. So United will probably say, well, PSG lost, so let's not get him. Out of Europe with a whimper sums up our season. The players needs whipping, says the satisfied customer. Sickening, absolutely sickening. I will lose my shit on the match reaction. 4 minutes, we're going out. I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm telling you. I'm disgusted by this performance. I really didn't see it coming. I knew it was possible for us to lose. I did not see it coming. A disgracefully shit performance. It's given a foul. %59 possession. Apparently, we've had 5 shots on target. I don't know. I don't know what they are. Right, chance to whip a cross in. Realistically, we're almost in the now or never phase. Tellez whips it in. Doesn't beat the first man. We've got an offside as well. Fucking useless. They'll get booed off. I guarantee they'll get booed off. Fucking Simeone's going to be knee sliding down the fucking pitch as well. Minute. It's over. It's over, I'm afraid. It's over, I'm afraid. It would have been a little bit better if we'd actually laid siege to their goal or just got anywhere near it. I mean, I can't say anything other than congratulations to Atletico Madrid. They've absolutely coasted through. We've not attacked them at all in 4 games. It's been easy. Absolutely straightforward. Come on, one last attack. 30 seconds. Matic drives forward. Rashford, has he got a cross? Why didn't you cross it first time? Why the fuck didn't you cross that first time? Have you got a right foot? Cross it. That's not a corner. Come on. This is it. This is it. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're very close to 295,000. De Gea's up. Tellez. Easy catch. Shit corner. It's over. Makes you want to throw up. I'm going to lose my shit on the match reaction. I'm absolutely going to lose my shit. That's it. Final whistle. Simeone runs down the touchline. Hey, come on. People throwing stuff at a manager. Fucking hell. Come on. We're not that club. They're chucking stuff at Simeone. Absolute shower of shit. Ronaldo won't be happy with that. Bruno. What's he doing? Having a moan? What are you doing? Moaning at the fucking ref? Fuck off, Bruno. Fuck off. Your petulance. That's not a Man United player. That's not a Man United player. Fucking coming on the pitch moaning at the referee. You've had 60 minutes nearly to equalise at Old Trafford and we've not scored. Nah, we don't fucking moan at a ref. It's embarrassing. That's an accumulation of shit this season. The toilet's blocked because you keep shitting and not flushing it. Bloody moaning at the referee like it's Mr. Injustice. Jog on. Jog on. Fucking losers. Absolute losers. I tell you what, though. At the highest level, I tweeted this. At the highest level, fine margins. Ollie, one thing Ollie got right, fine margins, Kaliki. He's right, fine margins. Maguire cost us that game because he gets pulled out and leaves us with a 3v1. Simple as that. He's an absolute nightmare. And Rangnick's got to take responsibility, which I'll be talking about on the match reaction. I'll see you over there in a minute. I'm going to lose my shit about this game. Thanks for watching.